hello, and welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of heroes and adventurers.
Hi everybody, I'm Claire. I'm playing Mira, who's a Dragonborn Sorcerer, half red dragon, half silver dragon. Originally was a bit of a politician, and now has joined the adventuring life, probably to a greater extent than she ever expected.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael. I'm playing Lockie, a Warforged Artificer. Originally was part of a flying castle, but I've since left and resumed an adventure with my now friends.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Jared, and I play the character of Jin. He is a level 6 Lore Bard and a level 2 Hexblade Warlock. I'm currently an associate and ally of the Tempest Guild, and I am helping them in their goal of stopping the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Shana, the Yuan-Ti Sorcerer, who is traveling with the Tempest Adventuring Guild, trying to find the other half of her soul, who is hiding somewhere away, far from reach.
Hi guys, I'm Matt, playing Yervith, the sneaky Wood Elf Ranger and Rogue, who, after a tragic incident in the jungle with his previous expedition, has now joined up with this lovely ragtag group of adventurers and is looking to see what happens next.
Hello! Welcome, hello everybody, hello! Give a wave. Oh my goodness, how are you lovely people doing? We've missed you, we've missed seeing your lovely faces. It's lovely to see your faces again. How's everyone traveling?
Wait, are you talking about us or the viewers? Because we don't see their faces.
Everyone, seeing your faces. Let's seeing the viewers in chat. I count that as seeing their faces. Do you not count that as seeing their faces?
Oh,
Sure.
I see their faces in my dreams.
Oh my god.
Dear
That's
Lord. No, well look, hey, it's so great to see you all. Thank you for joining us once again for another session of the Lost Archives Tyranny of Dragons. We are having an absolute blast. Last session we ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger. We ended with a bit of combat, but before we get into the recap and before we go over too much, I just want to say thank you everybody who's been joining us for the Pokemon Legends Arceus streams. That's been lots and lots of fun. We are 9th star research now, and that's been lots of fun. So been smashing that out. How you going, Ellie? You must be 10th star by now. I think.
Yes, I definitely haven't been playing an excessive amount of Animal Crossing lately.
I have seen you online a lot with Animal Crossing. So Alice and I started doing like nightly Mario Kart tournaments, and I noticed that you're on Animal Crossing when we start that tournament and when we finish that tournament.
I finally got the DLC. It's fun.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that might mean I might get back into it.
Alrighty, I think we might have to. We'll. Oh god, I'm gonna get dragged into this too. I can already tell.
Yeah, I've never played Animal Crossing before, so I could be.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, let's all play together and see each other's islands.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was thinking that. Animal Crossing's one of those games that you can really just lose inordinate amounts of time to and not quite realize how bad it's been.
Those are very dangerous games to me.
I remember me and Owen actually did. You visited my island and you were like, how'd you get this fish? How'd you get this fish? I'm like, oh.
And then behind the scenes, he's like up till 2 a.m. being like, come on, you bastard, bite my hook.
that was exactly the same for me, but with Stardew Valley. I was very into that.
Yeah,
that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah. Love Stardew Valley.
Wholesome vibes.
Very wholesome.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling the group that I've just been getting back into Twilight Princess. I've got an emulator, and because I have the game on Wii, I've downloaded and ripped the game off the disc so that I'm playing on the CMU emulator, and I've discovered that you can actually put like graphical enhancement mods on. So we were just having a quick look at it, and it actually looks better than most modern games that are coming out now with the reshade presets. So these guys were saying I should probably start streaming it. I feel like maybe I should start streaming it. I've only up to the Forest Temple. I could easily just start again and stream it. I'll keep you posted. I may start streaming Twilight Princess, one of my favorite games. So it'd be just a pleasure to just.
It can't hurt, Owen. Like if you're playing it already.
I am playing it already. That's very.
If you're already playing it, like.
So I'll let you know if I ever do any streaming of Twilight Princess. I'll keep you posted. That could be a lot of fun. Yeah, well, we better get back into Dungeons & Dragons. Unless anyone's got any fun news, any crazy stories they want to share from the week before we get into D&D.
No, I'm all boosted now. So.
It's all boosted. Yeah,
the dragons.
You're in a dungeon and there is a dragon. We're finally actually playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, exactly. We're in a dungeon.
In Rise of Tiamat, yeah.
Yeah. Yervith, Matt, you're all caught up on what happened with Yervith last session.
I am.
You caught up by listening. Yeah, sweet as. And you can too by listening to the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Or if you want to watch us live.
Yeah, Podbean?
Podbean, yeah. Podbean's the host, and then it's actually distributed through all the other platforms. So you can access it on any podcast app of your choice, and Podbean's just where it's hosted. Shout out to Podbean, really cool. If you want to set up a podcast, really easy hosting, it's pretty cheap. I recommend it. But yeah, and if you wanted to see our lovely faces and see the map and the artwork that we've got running, you can also watch us on YouTube as well. So that's another bonus as well. If you're a podcast listener, definitely come watch us out on YouTube once or twice. And if you do enjoy the podcast, hit that like on YouTube, and vice versa. If you're watching us on YouTube and you haven't checked out the podcast, driving to work, perfect to get a bit of D&D, start your day with a bit of adventure, hey? Or finish your day with a bit of escapism so you can get your terrible hard work day behind you and just escape to the world of fantasy Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we do. That's what we're doing when we're playing it. All of us just we're putting. It's exactly what we're doing.
Yes.
Cool. I will do a bit of a recap. So, and this is episode 65, by the way. I just realized.
Wow.
That. Holy shit.
Yeah,
The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a group of mercenaries, explorers, and adventurers, has been working to thwart the machinations of a group known as the Order of the Dragon. This cult has been amassing power, wealth, and knowledge in an attempt to perform a ritual which would bring a dark draconic god, Tiamat, into the world. Our story has been following the escapades of some of the members of this group, Mira, Jin, Lockie, Yervith, and Shana, who are now journeying further north to try and track down an ancient artifact used to summon dragons to the Order's side. Arriving at the edge of the vast expanse of sea ice covering the northern pole of Nostea, the party began their journey by exploring a sunken wreck of a ship once belonging to the cult. Having salvaged some maps of the surrounding area, which revealed a winding series of tunnels through a massive iceberg, the group spent some time scouting around. After discovering and accidentally releasing a sea hag, who was pretending to be a woman frozen in the ice, the party were forced to fight off a group of Sahaugen working for the hag. The fight ended with the hag decapitated and the Sahaugen mostly dead, with 2 of them in custody. After a brief rest back at the ship, where Mira learnt her magic is growing more chaotic and Jin and Shana learnt they both worked for the same master, the party headed out to explore the ice, with Jin choosing to remain back at the ship for the time being. The rest of the team explored the ice tunnels and encountered a new danger in the form of gelatinous ice cubes, aggressive slimes with the power of frost. In response to being swallowed by one of these cubes, Lockie set off a thunder wave, then grew to enormous size, which had the unintended side effect of alerting a group of ice trolls and kobolds to the party's presence. With Jin rejoining the party, having caught up with them invisible, the group fled down the southern ice tunnels to avoid the trolls, coming across a vast cavern filled with frozen bodies and a ship laden with treasure. While Jin attempted to pilfer the gold, the rest of the party faced off against the trolls, resulting in Lockie casting Shatter on the ice. A large hole created by the spell dropped one of the trolls down into the darkness below, awakening and alerting Aurathator to the party's presence. We left off last session as the party retreated into the room of frozen statues, Jin having just cast Dispel Magic to break the curse which was starting to grow ice up his legs from having touched the treasure.
Yeah.
And we jump...
Took a bit of time.
Yeah, we jump straight back in. I'll bring us across to the map. You guys have moved back out of the way of the side caverns. The large sections of caved-in floor reveal darkness below. And emerging from the ice, plumes of what looks to be steam is rising from the hole closest to you on that left-hand side, just towards the south. But as soon as it touches any exposed surface, ice crystals begin to grow, cracking out from the walls wherever this steam seems to touch. What would you guys like to do?
Do you think it'd be worth potentially putting some floor over these holes?
Well, it depends on how we want to, address the dragon in the room.
Very nice.
Are we
Very
running
nice.
away?
I mean, that would be my vote. Thoughts?
Yes, I agree. I think we come back here after a little bit of time has passed and hit them hard. We are currently not in a great position, as I'm looking around at the room of just frozen creatures.
I agree. Perhaps we should head back towards
yeah,
the
Yervith,
cave.
I haven't heard you talk for so long.
That's not true. I spoke as Yervith all the time.
I know. It's funny, actually. Me and Matt were talking. He's like, why don't you just send me over to get the chest? I'm basically like stealth incarnate. I was like, huh. Yeah,
That's alright.
Because I don't think Yervith would have offered to go and get the chest if he was looking out for the ice trolls and no one else could see them. So my thought was that Yervith would be like danger first, treasure later. I thought.
It's fair enough. I'm definitely more treasure first, danger later.
Rogue first.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that part of Yervith is.
It might have appeared. Who knows?
Anyway, might have manifested itself yet.
Maybe.
Lockie, what do you think? You got any ideas?
Well, at this point, I'm feeling like some ridiculous person has perhaps blown our cover. So we have no element of surprise, and sort of A, the dragon knows we're coming, and B, we're a little bit down on spell slots because we had to munch a few trolls.
I'm pretty good actually, but yes.
I'm
Just
okay,
thought.
not great.
I can't do much.
Oh, I'm quite tapped out. Just a thought. Maybe we could use those shenanigans we were using before, where you two, and I look at Mira and Shana, you created a tunnel and was able to sort of close it up as we went. Could that be an option moving forward to maybe, veto out of here, but a bit more unconventionally?
That would be
We
good.
need an
because-
air hole.
We do.
Yep, we learned that last time. Yes,
Similar to a troll hole, but a bit
Incredibly
smaller.
slow.
and it is rather slow. I feel that maybe we should rest somewhere, but I think we need to talk to this dragon, find out why they.
I think there's definitely time for that, but I personally, my vote is to backtrack and find some shelter or safety, and then come back
With Jin.
full force. Even
Yes.
if we don't do hostile actions, we can at least come back a little bit more prepared.
Perhaps we could open that box there that you pried from the captain.
Yes,
See
that
if
is
there's anything useful.
definitely an interesting thing. I would have put that in the bag by now if it fits Owen.
It does just.
Okay, cool.
Shall
check
we move on then?
We could. but
that mist seems to be
the way
getting
back
close,
is
so-
still covered by enemies. This is what got us in the situation in the first place. We've got enemies on both sides now, and underneath.
So the other thing to keep in mind too is as you look to the left and to the right, peeking your heads out from the cavern that you're hiding in, both pathways have large sections of ice missing, where the shatter spell
could
has
we-
caused it to cave in.
Could we? I think this room, if we could make a passageway to the other room we were in, using shape water to last us until we emerge in the other cavern, and then
That
we
will
can
take
disappear.
some time. But
Well-
could we not just rest on this boat here?
We could block off the entryway.
Yeah, we can block it off.
I'm a little bit apprehensive.
You want to rest on the scary icy boat?
Literally where his lair is.
Yeah, he said dragon horde.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's
Stairs. But potential compromise. If we can find a way to make it more secure, perhaps Mira and I could dig more of a ice den. And have sort of block it off so that the wall and no one can know we're here, other than maybe the dragon that might be able to smell us through the ice. But if Mira and I, we can create a den, seal it up, and then we just need to find a way to make it comfortable, and leave a little bit of an air hole.
We can go back into the wall if we want to start doing that.
Admittedly, I am still uncomfortable about being here.
Well,
Yes.
maybe just further up the. What about just here? What about into this wall here?
Well, I was even thinking over. Is it gonna let me draw?
Here.
Over like this way, back all the way back here.
For podcast listeners, Ali is pointing to the section of corridor
that's
across
good.
from the area where they're currently standing.
Oh.
Like
I am
way
still
back.
very, very apprehensive. We're on their turf, surrounded by
Yeah.
enemies.
But if we're behind a wall of glass and... Jin, aren't you able to create some sort of magical defense?
I
if
can
we
create
double
like
those things up.
a a magical hut per se, I guess.
I will say the issue with sealing ourselves into a ice wall is that we're not completely blocked off from them. If they find us, they'll just stand in front of the wall and they'll just wait. Which is
But then we will have had our long rest. We'll be right in fighting shape.
which is crazy to me that just 8 hours of downtime and sleeping magically makes us all
I know.
full health. It's crazy.
Oh, I don't sleep. I just polish my ears.
That's so meta.
Oh, that was a very meta joke that I just made. I don't
You
even
guys
need to make
watch. You guys watch as the mist that's coming out of this hole towards the south condenses and freezes in place, creating a blockage of ice completely covering the passageway towards the southwest.
Yep. That was just about to say.
Okay.
I don't think there's any going back.
Oh no, that's the southwest. That's over here. Going back is over here.
Yeah.
So we can still go
Well,
back.
What are we doing? Fighting our way
We need to
through?
do something quick.
Hiding in a wall? I'm kind of good with either option, but we need to make a decision quickly.
I think Shana has already started digging into the wall.
I'm going to help with my hands.
Okay, well that's going to be
Ah!
that could be a problem, but I wish you luck.
Oh,
okay,
no.
so
No, I wouldn't use my hands. I'd use some sort of implement. I don't know if I have a shovel.
Okay,
Do
so-
you ever have a shovel?
So Mira, you're rushing
Trowel.
across this frozen waste of basically bodies encased.
Shana was going first. Shana was going
Okay.
first.
Before we do this though, if we're going to actually commit to this, I want to say to Shana, Shana, do you have any more of that nifty spell? Was it Silent Image or something? Just to maybe just put it at the front here to create the illusion that we're not actually in this room.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because
I also have it on free casts. I have it on free casts, so I can just have it going continuously.
Oh, fuck. Cool.
That's great.
Warlock things.
Just Warlock.
Yeah, that's the what's the Warlock feature? That's the
Must be an invocation.
yeah, it's one of the
an
invocations, I
invocation,
believe.
yeah.
I can't remember the name of it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Misty Visions or something like that? I don't know.
Somewhere in there.
Something like that.
Very cool.
But yeah, so I guess we have concentration on keeping an image of all of us. I think milling
With divisions.
around, having a small camp rest, out of sight. What?
Oh, I was just
Outside?
thinking you could do that. It's your spell. Actually, you do it.
I'm open to suggestions.
Oh, I was just gonna say a empty cavern, something very they're just gonna peruse, look at it, see no one, and go on. You can do whatever you want. That's your spell. I won't say nothing.
No, I didn't think of that. That's a much better idea. I like it.
I think we said last time that you needed to have something as the image.
So
Like a
the image would have to. So for example, from what I understand, you're suggesting to cast an image that's what's the size of Silent Image? I think it's 10 feet. Thank you.
15.
15 foot. So 15 foot cube, blocking the entrance,
It
which is
actually
going to
covers-
be.
1, 2, 3.
So what you could do, to put it in the entrance, you could make it be an image, a static image of an empty room beyond. However, it's not going to erase things in the room beyond. It's just almost like a picture hanging in the air, like a photograph
Yeah.
being held up. So perspective won't change. As someone moves past, 3D objects won't change and move within the space. So that's why doing an empty cavern probably is your better alternative.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make you guys invisible. It's
It's a
just
good
going to
question
cover
as
up.
well. If they,
Yeah.
because
go.
we're doing basically shape water at the very back.
Yeah.
And we're covering our path because I'm going to put up the tiny the Lehman's hut. So technically we should have air in there through magical
Yes.
means.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
Liam's
so
tiny
We
hut.
can do the hut.
What you can do
Then
with
we can-
Lehman's Tiny Heart is make it opaque and it looks like ice, so we could just put it
Yeah.
like as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
card.
I think it's always opaque. I don't
You
think
can make it any color
You can make it, you can change its
yeah.
color in
Look like
appearance.
the ice, so
Yeah, yeah. you can make
Oh,
it
then
like-
I'm going to make it look. I'm going to make it look as icy as I can. As
Yeah.
possible.
Absolutely.
Something to emulate the surrounds as much as I can.
Yeah, this is
And then we'll do ice cave and pretty much. And then we'll cover up our things. So even if they walk through the image, they're still seeing an empty cavern that looks exactly like the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
With layers.
Just keep in mind you have to be 60 feet from
I think
your
we got over
illusion.
to the other side of the cave.
60 feet. We could. No, it's not
So
gonna work.
you're gonna have to.
Oh no,
you're
I
gonna
think
sort of-
I don't think she has to be 60 feet within the range of it. I think she just needs to. I think you have 60 feet range when you cast it.
the image appears at a spot within
don't know,
range
that's a
and
good question,
lasts
though.
for 10 minutes.
So basically, like it's while we're doing all this and setting ourselves up, it will give us that
actually,
time.
rules as written, it just says that you can move it to a spot within range. You have to cast it within range, but you don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't say within. Rules as written, you don't have to stay within range. So I will.
So it's only
agree with you.
10 minutes.
But
So once we've done
every
it-
hour, does that mean every hour she needs to walk 60 feet? within
Not an
60
hour,
feet of
10
where it
minutes.
is and then cast it
Not
again?
10 minutes.
10
No,
No,
minutes.
once we're in the cave, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just to get.
Yeah,
Once we're
we're
still
in the cave,
it's just
and once
Oh,
we
we're
have the
digging.
hut, we're fine. It's just while
Yeah.
we're digging to cover our tracks and
Yeah.
ourselves. So don't see us
Okay.
just sitting
Yeah, that's
there.
fair.
Maybe we should go around the corner though. Maybe we should go around the corner. Just in case.
Yeah.
I think
around the corner it is.
maybe over this corner though, because I want to get away from that hole.
Yes, but I
What's
don't
up?
want to be near that boat. It's scary.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I'll stay away from
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't too bad. But I was
You
on it.
hear coming from the ship the faint sounds of "Yo ho, Sebastian."
Oh, yeah, you're fiddly dee.
Yeah. No, you don't.
All right,
hear anything
Mira.
coming from the ship.
Take your point.
Let's do
Pick
it.
location.
Yeah, around the corner. Let's.
Around the corner.
Around the corner.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright.
I'm going to stand guard while they do that.
Can I just like do a bit of a look around this area where we're setting up camp to see if there's anything like unusual or different, or just kind of scout it out
Yeah, give me a perception check.
with pleasure.
With pleasure, hey.
Hey.
Oh, actually, I'm going to cast
22.
Armor of Agathis on myself at first level, just in case.
Nice, man.
Dicky hole. Is what has been commented on in the chat. Spot the Yogscast viewers. Well, I mean, put your hand up, honestly, if you've watched anything of the Yogscast in the last 6 months.
Not 6 months. Used to watch it when I was younger.
I
That's
know,
6 months.
me too. Me
Yeah.
too. And then, yeah,
I love
I don't
watching
know.
their, like their Tekkit series and stuff.
I know.
Ah,
I
yeah.
used to quite enjoy Shin stuff, and then it came out that Shin
Oh.
was doing some really quite not okay stuff. And
No, that's not Shin.
Yeah.
Shin was actually the only one that was
No.
doing.
No,
No,
Shin,
not him.
Shin,
It was
Shin
the-
did
it
some
was the
not
other
so good
dude.
stuff with a fan.
No, I don't think it was Shin. You're thinking of there's another dude, I'm sure.
I'm really sorry. It definitely is, unfortunately. There's
I
a
don't
more. It
think
was
it
more
is,
than one. There's
actually.
about 4 of them who have done some stuff
Oh,
that's
They
not
have,
okay.
Some of them have done shady
Yikes.
stuff, admittedly.
Oh,
I know.
jeez.
Oh,
and
not
then at that
Shin,
point-
I was thinking of Sips. Don't worry.
Sips is hilarious and maintains he is still a good boy.
He's the only good boy. Yeah, don't worry.
He's the only good boy.
I was sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of Sips.
That's okay. No, all good. I was very confident. Yeah, no, it's a shame. And
I
I
got
actually,
confused.
I've really struggled to watch them after finding out some of that stuff, which is really
Yeah, that's
sad.
fair.
It's not
Yeah,
okay.
no, I wasn't thinking of Shin. I was thinking of Sips.
I love Sips though. Still watch Sips' stuff. He's
No,
not part
Sips
of them
is
anymore.
great.
He does his own stuff.
No, he should. He's better. He literally it was holding them up almost.
I like Hat films too. Hat films are good. For the most part. All right. So Mira and Lyra, could I get you to please roll me spellcasting checks for me? So just like a spellcasting attack, essentially.
Okay.
Is that the one with the +8?
Yes.
18.
18
Oh,
and
bad.
16. Yeah, the two of you begin manipulating and moving the ice and shaping yourselves a small cavern. And it
What is
will
it?
only
What is
take you.
It needs to be 10 feet, by the way. Just letting you guys know.
Oh well, I've got some good news.
Parameters.
You guys move into your small cavern. Yervith, 22 perception. As you are looking around,
Uh-oh.
you can feel tremors in the ice below. And as you sort of pause, press your hand against the surface of the ice, something is moving in the cavern below,
Oh.
shifting around.
Yervith is like very uneasy about this. Like every single like survival instinct in his body is telling him to run. Like he does not like this one bit.
We've committed. We can't go back.
Yeah, there's
The dragon smell us
something
through the ice.
Yeah.
moving through the caverns below. Something large that's causing the ice to shift and shift. And as you're listening, you hear this almost like the sound of steam coming out of a kettle, this like hissing noise that echoes through the caverns. And from your perspective, Yervith, you can probably just see the cavern above. The pathway heading up towards the north. Mist begins coalescing outside of this second hole.
Okay,
Yeah.
second hole. Okay,
We're
so
gonna
they're trying to block us in.
Then
Yeah. Let's just keep digging. Just keep digging.
Just keep
A
digging.
long tunnel. A long
let's
tunnel
look
away.
at the frozen bodies and go, oh, I see. I'm starting to see how this happened.
Uh,
You guys are level 9 now. The enemies know what they're doing. They have tactics.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Shana and Mira, you create this 15 foot by 15 foot ice cave within the ice cave within the ice caverns. Let me know if you want me to move everyone across to them.
Because once everyone's in, we'll.
But before he goes across, can Lockie have set up a little tripwire with one of his gadgets so that if something were to cross over the threshold of this space here, it would go.
Yeah. Can you make me a? I guess this would be using. Probably be Tinker's tools. Can you make me a check with your Tinker's tools? So it'll be a dexterity check with your proficiency bonus, please.
Sure. Okay, cool.
So if your sleight of hand is dexterity plus your proficiency, you can just make a sleight of hand check if you like.
It is not.
you can get Yervith to help you maybe if you need sleight of hand.
Need some math.
Yeah. If
Listen to that math, ladies and
steady
gentlemen.
hands.
I mean,
Steady hands.
I do have this as an ability.
Yeah.
I can help you as well if you need it. I was guarding, like I was keeping watch, so I could help you. I'm probably still there, sort of.
Yeah, help.
No.
Okay.
That's rolled.
It's a 7.
That's 7.
I rolled a 3 plus 5. I know.
So Lockie, as you begin sort of setting up this tripwire, you place between the two sections of ice, you dust your hands off. You think you've done a good job?
Brilliant. Wander off to a hole.
Yeah, too easy. And I'll move you in with the others. And before too long, you are
Okay.
all inside this 15-foot tiny ice cave hidden in the walls of this large cavern full of frozen corpses.
Yervith is stressing. Like, he's
Alright.
not having a good time.
I'm going to cast in this bubble with all of us in it, Liamon's tiny hut. It's my last 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah,
I'm just going to put it up just so you have it there to look at.
thank you.
And yeah, that pops into existence.
Yep.
In our little hut. Shana and Mira, if you haven't already blocked up the entrance, by all means, cover that up so we can't technically be seen from the cavern.
So she builds the wall, and she's gonna try and color the ice so that there's not a noticeable difference in color due to the difference in thickness of the wall.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I'd say that you can
Just
do
make
that
it
with
like,
your,
less thin, transparent ice and more thick permafrost
I'd say with a
ice.
16. With a 16, that's very possible. Yep, absolutely. So, Jin, as you sort of like move around the rest of the outside, sort of carving these
cool.
symbols into the ice, and then at the last second as you step in, the symbols will join together in this dome, this section of force springs up around you, resembling the ice caverns around it. This opaque,
Yes.
sort of light blue, almost translucent light blue,
Yeah.
but no sort of like visibility through it, of dome of force appearing around you all.
So
Inside
if we
it,
could...
yeah, go.
I was just going to say, hopefully like the cavern itself is pretty tight, so the dome almost like completely fills the cavern we have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the dome does, and on top of that as well, as soon as the dome springs up, suddenly that chill, that icy cold that's been permeating through your bodies this whole time dissipates. It feels warm. It feels comfortable inside this area. Feels light.
Good stuff.
I would relax a little bit at that feeling.
Yeah, listen, Yervith, I will take the first watch. I've still got spell slots, and I think that this is inevitable, but we'll try and put it off as long as we can.
So
I'll take the
okay.
first watch.
I know it's inevitable. I just, yes, I just have a feeling that we're going to be watched.
I'm
Yeah.
going to pipe in. Shana and Mira, I don't have any spell slots really left. Oh, sorry, it's not the way to say it. I don't have much energy residing in me to continue casting any other larger
I'm fully
spells.
tapped.
I'm tapped. I only really have my lower spells. But could you guys keep it handy to have Counterspell up, ready to go at any time, just in case?
With you around, Jin, I always have counterspell.
Oh.
Smile.
I need to.
Sure.
I have a bit of a dilemma. I've been keeping a bit of energy in reserve, but only enough for either a counterspell or to bring someone back from the dead.
It's okay, I've got counterspell.
Keep the energy and use it when we need it, and the situation will dictate.
I have enough for some berries. If anyone wants some berries.
That is actually a good idea.
Love some.
How good are they though?
They're very
we're
good.
I imagine we'd all be pretty hungry, and
Some would say that they are good berries.
nice. Even Jin's getting a little sick of his pastries.
That would be frozen as well as fail by
Oh, they're
now, right?
frozen.
Bone dry frozen pastries.
They're in the bag. We have to use shape water to actually moisture.
They're
them up.
basically space food now.
Yeah, pretty much.
The good
yeah.
berries are welcome.
Would anyone like some? Restore
Yes,
your
I'll
energy.
take two actually. I'll have one now and one
Okay.
in my bag for later.
I will cast good berry and hand out the berries to everyone who wants them.
Aw.
Absolutely.
How many do we get?
Actually,
There's
what
10.
else?
So,
Two each.
2 each.
I do not eat.
Oh, 2 in reserve.
Cool. I'll be quiet and I will watch.
Alrighty.
Okay.
While you guys are attempting to take a long rest, could I please get Mira to roll me a perception or investigation check, your choice, as you take first watch?
Oh, it's going to be definitely investigation. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Then that's what it is.
I've never done this before. Oh my god, Mira never does that.
Natural
no
20,
way.
24.
You're a natural.
I never do it. No.
I've never done this natural. Mira never takes watch.
Question is, Mira, why not? Hey, why have you been holding back?
Holding out.
Alrighty. So Mira, as you begin focusing, the rest of you lay down to sleep and to rest. Mira is left to lonely watch. There's not much you can really see. Looking through the Leomund's tiny hut, you can see the walls of your ice cavern, but beyond that, you've actually sealed yourselves in to almost this ice tomb that you've created for yourselves.
We have done the holes though. We did say.
Air holes.
You don't need holes. I think Liam
The hut has
provides
air.
oxygen.
Oh, we
Tiny
don't?
hut provides for air, so you
So
don't
You
need
don't
air
need
holes.
holes.
Ha 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 ha.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
Ah.
No, you don't need that for air conditioning. But Mira, there's not much you can really see. So your investigation, your watch begins to move away from sort of visual and begins to focus more on what you can hear, what you can feel.
Yep. Yeah.
Sitting cross-legged on the ice floor, you begin to reach out, placing your hands upon the ice. You feel this movement in the cavern below. Fainter now, but still regular. This thumping. Boom. And then the sound of a long, slow breath. Much closer than the sound of the thudding. It's hiss.
What was that?
A long, slow breath.
Oh,
In and out.
right.
This. In and out. Mira, what do you do?
I'm making sure everyone's very quiet.
Everyone's
Because
asleep
they're all
at this point.
asleep.
Yeah.
So
I'm
So
in
she.
trance.
Yeah,
Well, they wouldn't
Lockie's
be able
like,
to hear us. They wouldn't be able to hear us. Nothing can go through.
yeah,
Yeah.
Lockie's in his sort of power down state. Yervith's having night terrors. And
Yeah.
No, Mira will just at this point she'll actually close her eyes and just listen and just try and sit with that absolute terror, which she's been kind of holding on to. But now it's an actual physical, real thing below her. So she's going to be as quiet as she possibly can.
yeah,
And just
absolutely.
wonder, like, why is this dragon doing this? And just try and center herself and be as quiet as she can.
Okay. Do you want to make me a wisdom check, please? Just to see what you can learn from your centering.
Wisdom check?
Just a wisdom check, flat wisdom
Right.
roll.
Flat wisdom roll.
No save, just a flat wisdom roll.
That'll just be a roll 20.
That'll just be a roll 20 then. Are you flat 0 for wisdom?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then it's just a d20.
11.
Okay.
Bit above average.
As you sort of turn inward and begin reflecting, Mira, you find your mind going instead to what happened to your spell before when you tried to create that wall of fire, and instead it switched and changed to this sort of poison acid effect instead. And as you look at your hands, there is indeed, it wasn't your imagination, there is one green scale on the border of your red and white. Red and silver, sorry, where they join together. One green scale. Just a single one.
I think Mira will feel that terror welling up again, that losing control, that feeling of not being able to do anything, and then just try and just sit with it. Just watch it. It's not changing, nothing's happening. Just sit with it as much as you can. With an 11, she's not doing too great, but it's not the best.
With the 11, what is happening is that as you reflect upon that, there's part of you that feels a sense of power. You changed the elements. That is a spell that you directly have changed. People who create magic, people who form magic, are often heralded as heroes. I mean, the spell that Jared just cast, the spell that Jin just cast, Leomund's Tiny Hut. The mage Leomund will live forever in the minds of people for creating a spell, for designing magic, for shaping it to his will. Just as there are for many, many other spells. And there is a bit of you that feels that accomplishment, that pride in creating something new, something unseen. And as you begin to feel that within yourself, you start to reflect upon how that might apply to the dragon in the caverns below, Aurathator.
White dragon.
That sense of power. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he silver or white? I
White.
don't remember. He's white. Okay.
Yes, not silver, sorry.
Alright, in that case, she'll start to just, into just the hearing, she'll just try and feel as cold as possible, that stillness of the cold, the immobility of the cold, and the coolness of the emotions of the cold, and try and tap into that element a bit more.
Yeah. The rest of your watch passes with no more incident. Who's taking second watch?
I think I can because
You're 4 hours.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm 4 as well.
I was there.
I can take third watch if you want to go
You could
second
both
watch.
do it.
We could both do it.
You can do it together.
There's 3 watches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's 3 watches. Yeah. I'll do second and third.
Yeah,
Well,
that's good.
I can do the second actually if that breaks your 4 hours.
It's not a continuous consecutive thing. I don't think it is anyway. Is it just
No, I
say
don't
4
think
hours
so.
of uninterrupted? I think it's just you need 4 hours of rest. I don't think it has to be consecutive or uninterrupted. Let me know if I'm wrong.
No.
I'm sure you will.
Well, I'm happy to do it anyway because Jin probably wants to look at the chest.
Yeah, I suspected that. All right, so Jin, Mira awakens you from your slumber. Mira, you lie down on the cold floor.
I will admit, it takes a little bit of time for her to wake me up because I have the blankets pulled over me and I shoo her away a couple times.
Yep.
Because I don't like my sleep interrupted, as you guys noticed in the jungle.
Yeah, true.
Before
Well,
eventually
yeah,
Jin's roused.
I do stir.
Eventually, you rouse Jin from his slumber. As Jin sort of says, like,
I
"You
feel
have
like a very
awakened."
cold Dragonborn Wet Willy will probably wake you up.
Oh, that'd be like sandpaper with the scales.
Give me a wet willy.
Yeah. Shape water.
God. Can you,
Oh dear.
and then you freeze it, and as
No,
he tries to pull it out, it just rips all the ear hair out with it.
Way too chaotic.
But no, I stir and I go, okay, yes. I'm up.
Jin, just be very quiet. It is right there.
I don't think any sound can come through or go through, but I'll keep an eye out. I'll try my best.
Okay, and yeah, it's right there. So just center yourself. Okay.
Are you pointing down?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You mean the dragon is right down there,
Yeah.
Below us?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Just so you know.
Cool. No doubt.
I can.
Yeah, cool. No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, go get some sleep. I'll
try.
keep an eye out. No idea, Ellie. No.
Righty. Did you ask a question? He's trying not to steam through. You don't know. Oh, hey, Lou. Dog's just come to say hi. Don't be good. All right, you're off again. All right, fair enough. Yeah, as you go, just came to see what I was up to. What the fuck are they doing? They're just staring at each other across the house. It's really spooky when they do this. They're just staring, unblinking at each other. I love my dogs, but sometimes they scare the shit out of me. When they look at stuff in the distance and they suddenly turn and look into a room and there's nothing in there. I'm like, what are you guys looking at? Ghosts.
It's definitely ghosts.
Michael and Claire know all about that.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
All about ghosts.
Yeah.
God, you guys, your reaction last week to that was so
I
funny.
know.
I was like, oh
So
shit,
good.
guys, the door's moving. No, it's not. It is. It's moving. It is. I swear it's moving. No, it's not. Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, it is moving.
I totally got to come up for that. The ghost followed me to work, and like a whole
Whoa, what?
dispenser of paper towels fell on my head the other day.
Oh no!
Opened up.
It's like, here, take that.
No, that's not a
Hey,
ghost.
yeah.
That's a poltergeist. That's a...
Yeah, it is. No, it's turning into a poltergeist. It threw the toothpaste the other day.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
You guys are talking about this so
Anyway, never
casually.
mind. Don't worry about that.
Cool. Yeah, no, definitely want to talk about that later. But yeah, D&D.
Yeah, I mean, if you just try not to die on stream, save it for afterwards until we finish this campaign.
Do it on stream so it becomes viral.
Jesus. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, you're right. This could be, you could do like this would be like one of those, like, what are those fucking ghost films they did where like the whole thing's filmed through
Paranormal Activity?
Paranormal.
something like that, but like where they do it like through a Facebook chat and it's like, who's that in the chat? It's not me. It's like some super lame and shit.
I don't know that. I don't know that was called.
I never watched it. I just saw the trailer for it and thought, wow, that looks shit. And I was probably right.
You probably were.
It's easy to critique other people's work when you can't create something better, but we can create something better. We're doing it right now. Your ghost story is already better than theirs with the fake door moving. All right, so yeah, Jin, as you settle down and begin to take your watch, do you pull out the chest straight away or spend a bit of time paying attention first and then go
No,
for the
I
chest?
probably would like maybe half an hour into it pull out the chest, but I think I would be a little bit on edge after Mira had said it's right there. And she'd heard breathing, so I'll probably like keep an eye out or more of an ear out, at least for the first half hour, and see how it goes.
Yeah, in that case, I'll get a perception or investigation check, please. I give you choice. You may pick which one you would like to.
Wow,
12.
a 4. I'm really
12 for perception.
It's carried into this session.
It has. Clearly you're still cursed, which is just as well given that you stole cursed treasure. Jin.
I dispelled it.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sure it's fine. Jin, as you sort of focus and listen, you can't hear anything. There's no sound coming from below. Seems quiet to you.
Okay. Well, a 12's not horrible, so.
No. Before too long, you pull out the chest and begin looking through. As you pull out this chest and begin to have a bit of a closer look at it, yeah, you can see that it looks to be very, very old, very well made, but very old. The wood.
I will be very careful, by the way, with this.
Yeah, I
just
figured.
because I know I dispelled it, but I'd still be on alert.
Yeah. The wood has been preserved by the ice. It has been frozen in ice, so obviously it's been preserved and looked after. And as you begin to examine the latch and the locks, you can see, yeah, the metal that's been used in this construction looks to be a very crudely made iron. This looks to be very old, before sort of the modern techniques of metalworking have become widespread, which tells you that this is probably only just after the ruin, when society collapsed and crumbled and stuff was sent back.
Wow.
Sort of 200, 300 years worth of scientific progress. This is very old, which immediately does kind of give you an idea about how old this dragon might be. Straight off.
Yeah, no, wow, okay, good point.
As you open the chest and begin to look through, yeah, you can see that it is full of treasure that you had pulled out and stolen from the ship. Do you want me to read out exactly what's in it? And I can paste it in the chat too, if you like.
Yeah, paste in the chat and read it out. Why not?
Yeah. Let me just go back to the treasure. So in total, 375 gold pieces.
Nice.
495 silver pieces. And then some jewelry, precious objects that come to around 225 gold pieces. So I'll paste that into the chat for you.
Not bad.
Wow.
Any items at all?
No, just sort of jewelry and various other items which sort of are included in the precious objects that add up to about 225 gold pieces. But no items of any, no items that stand out to you immediately as being of, should we say, particular interest from an arcane perspective.
Okay, so no magic items, but a very tidy sum of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, perfect. Right. Well, yeah, because I also was able to pick up 225 GP of assorted gems and gold coins, so I'm just gonna add that all together. That's actually a pretty good haul, nearly, give or take, like 800 plus, around 800, 850.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
We survived it.
There's nothing to sniff at if we survive.
If you survive, yeah.
I'd probably put, if it fits in all the gems and gold coins I got from the ship, I would probably throw in that chest.
Okay.
Just to keep it all together, if I can.
That makes sense.
And then I'll just shut it and put it back in the chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the bag.
Yep. Push it back in. As you do, Jin, as you push it away, there's a moment where you feel you kind of want to look at it a little bit longer. You want to enjoy it. Like, this is your treasure. Can I get you to make me a wisdom saving throw as you try to push the gold back in the bag?
Oh, wisdom's not crash hot for me. Could I argue that, because I've already rested for 2 hours, would I gain my bardic inspirations back on a short rest?
Yes, I will allow that.
Now, okay, so how would I implement them into this role?
I guess in a way you're kind of stealing your mind. You're sort of falling back maybe on stories you've heard of people who've encountered cursed treasure or...
Because I'd be very on edge.
Yeah.
So I'm probably in a heightened state of focus. So would you allow me to have a bardic inspiration for this role?
I will, definitely.
Okay, cool. Because, let's be honest, they rolled pretty bad.
You might not. You might get a really good roll here.
11.
Yep. Plus a bardic inspiration. This could be okay.
14?
14 is just okay, Jin. As there's a moment where this hunger, this need to possess this gold, to hold it, you almost don't want to put it in the bag of holding, because that's where the shared gold is. This is your gold, Jin. And then there's a moment in your mind where you realize you've just thought this, and you sort of pause for a second, begin shaking this feeling off, and that voice fades and disappears. And you push the chest into the bag and seal the bag of holding. And the second it disappears into the bag of holding, that feeling goes and it's gone.
Would I notice that? Would I be able to sort of say, well, that was a bit weird?
Oh yeah, you notice that it's weird. You pass the save, you know this is a bit odd. Something's wrong with this. That is...
I will... Okay. So I'm going to be very careful with showing people the gold, because they might be swayed by it. and I'll keep that in mind. That might be it. I'm going to keep that in the bag at all times. No one else I'm going to allow to retrieve it until I can go through it and dispel magic whatever's in there in a safe place, like the ship per se. That's just my own thoughts.
Sounds very fair to me. I think that's a great idea.
Actually, what I might do is, just while I'm got it out and I've closed it, before I put it in, I have a lock. I'm going to lock it.
Okay. Yeah, you just
as an extra measure, so no one else is influenced by it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in case.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
You just
So
lock it down.
we'll lock it, and I'll put it in the bag.
Perfect. No, absolutely. Easily done.
Cool. And then for the next hour, I'll probably keep an eye out. Oh, keep an ear out. I don't really have any downtime to do. I'll just relax a little bit, sort of recharge my batteries.
I mean, you're not hearing any sounds of dragons. You're probably fine, right? Like, it's probably okay. And then you awaken. I think Yervith was taking third, wasn't he? So you awaken Yervith for third rest.
Perfect. I'll shake Yervith awake.
Yeah, Yervith's probably already semi-conscious since he just trances anyway. So
yeah.
And you're coming to the end of it, so
yeah,
exactly.
I'll probably still come up to him like, Yervith.
Yes. Oh, it's time. Okay.
Your time.
Anything I should know about?
So, my 2 hours passed uneventful. Mira did mention that she heard the creature, dragon, whatever is below us, stirring quite below us. So, keep an eye out, an ear out for that.
Of course. I felt its presence before we set up the hut, so I do know it's down there.
I think we're all quite aware.
Yes.
I'm going to go back to bed. Good luck.
All right.
Wake me up last if you can. And good night.
Of course. All right.
And I just fall into my bed and immediately almost like pass out.
Yeah, no, sounds like a plan.
I'll probably pull the blankets above my head too, so.
No, that sounds very fair. Yervith, could I get you to roll me a perception or investigation check, your choice?
Definitely perception.
Whoa, what? No way.
Oh wow, that's very low for me.
That's a 5.
16.
That's a 5, yeah.
That's a 5, I know. That's just crazy. What's going on with your rolls, buddy? You okay?
I don't know. Am I?
No, as you
my luck has passed to him.
Oh no. Well, that's it then. You may as well give up.
I might have good rolls now though.
Oh no, that's all right then. Yeah, true. Yervith, 16. As you focus, you're not hearing any sounds below. You can hear coming from the cavern beyond where you just were, this large open area filled with frozen bodies. Almost sounds like voices, muffled. Coming in from the area beyond.
Is it any discernible language that I would know?
No, as you listen out with the 16, it could be common, but very muffled and garbled, and there's elements of another language there you definitely don't recognize. Very odd.
Weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I would... Yeah, it's probably just like try and like really crane to like hear what he can hear, see if he can make anything out, and maybe feel for like any sorts of movements. Maybe like in that cavern, he probably just had like a hand out, feeling the ground, feeling what he can feel. No vibrations. The vibrations below you have actually stopped. Okay. Does it sound like it's more than one voice or multiple voices?
Yeah. Sounds like two or three.
Okay. Are they like high? Like, can I tell the pitch at all? Like high, low?
Very low.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how that's going to sound on the podcast. I got very close to the mic then, and it actually maxed out the volume input. So apologies, guys. I don't know how loud that was.
It wasn't super loud.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Just garbled mess of low guttural syllables coming through the wall.
I think at this point, just with the downtime, I would probably just like try and train my thoughts, like going back on maybe some of my training or some of my experiences. Just try to recall any information I might have about dragons.
Yeah, do you want to make me a knowledge check, so an intelligence check? I'd say nature or arcana, or probably nature or arcana are the big ones, I would say.
Yep.
16. Yeah, I mean, you've had a bit of a chance to sort of reflect, and you do know, I think you guys even saw some of the prey, the bitten in half whale hanging from a glacier. You're pretty confident this is a white dragon. A big one. This is a big white dragon as well. The fact that it was able to bite a whale in half is a sign that this thing is large. What you know of white dragons, they have a very deathly frost breath attack. They can breathe out this intense cold mist that freezes on touch. You know that they can move across ice without any problems at all. They can move through ice and across ice without slipping, sliding. They can hold their breath and move underwater quite a large distance as well. Sharp claws, tail covered in spikes. Very, very dangerous. Yeah.
Cool. I sort of just gulped down like a little bit of a nervous gulp just at the thought of that, and having that potentially as a potential threat that we might have to deal with very soon.
Yeah.
I'd probably pull out the dragon tooth dagger that I got back from the artificer from the ship. And I
Gino's from a black dragon.
Yes. Yeah, and I just sort of like look at it and reflect, like kind of train my thoughts, and with the dagger, and just ready myself, I suppose, compose myself for the
Okay. Yervith, the rest of your watch passes with the occasional muffled voices coming from the other side of the ice, and then right towards the very end of your watch, as you're listening, a low grumble fills the chamber, echoing off the walls. Just moving through the ice, seeming to echo from all directions at once.
Uh-oh.
And then silence.
We good?
Wake up, guys.
Hello?
I
Get a long rest?
I don't.
All of you have had a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Because I am a nice DM, and I rolled rather poorly. You guys did a very good job disguising your hideaway, I have to say. Very nicely done.
Like
ice cave within the
ice cave. Lima's tiny hut within an ice cave within the wall of another ice cave. I mean, it's that's wrinkle brain thinking right there.
Yeah,
and the tiny hut is like the color of ice too. So
yeah. It's an it's an igloo within an ice cave within an ice cave within ice caverns. I mean, you've done well. It's the babushka dolls of hiding places.
babushka doll situation.
Yeah,
babushka.
Babushka.
If we've had 6 hours.
Yeah.
So then the tiny hut's still up for 2 hours.
Yes.
Cool. So we have actually strategize.
Yeah, I just, as everyone's starting to stir awake, I'd probably just say like, good morning. I think we certainly have company. I could hear voices in the cabin beyond and a low growl. I think our dragon friend is getting restless.
He could be frustrated. He hasn't obviously found us yet. Potentially, I don't know, but I would, if I was him, be frustrated, thinking that I've got them to sort of come in and we're not there.
Well, I think he probably would have an idea of where we are.
Potentially.
So the question is,
really
do we flee or do we attack?
I think if we head back the way we came, we'll probably be greeted by some foes. So I don't know if fleeing is an option unless we dig through the ice. But I have no idea where we'll go.
Potentially we could even again sort of do a bit of both plans. We can dig through the ice in the direction of the path continues where we were originally planning on going, trying to sort of get past that second hole where the dragon has so kindly sealed it off, and then oh no, they're not expecting us to come from the other side, and then we keep going.
It's a good idea.
This creature's Yes, Jin?
I was just going to say, sorry, quickly. You have a particular skill set. I do know for a fact that at one time you had cast a spell that allowed us to pass more stealthy.
Oh yes.
Don't recall what it's called, but that could be very handy.
I know it's not called Thorn Whip. Sorry,
You just hear that in your mind.
low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit. I'm sorry.
It's alright. Yeah, yes. No, I do have that ability. It'll help us all.
So then we can move through and get intel and see what we're dealing with.
Indeed, I do believe this. Whatever we do, I don't know. This creature seems like it will know, but we can try our best to remain hidden.
I do know even if the creature knows where we are, its forces won't, and that is something I wanted to touch on. Some of the intel we gathered before entering, I do remember that this lair that we're in was actually unguarded. Didn't really have that much, more of a skeleton force, because the Hag and the Sahugan have stretched the forces. So we could be in an advantageous spot. It's hard to tell, but if we can gather some intel and we can sort of pinpoint our attack.
Agreed. So we dig through the ice, back towards the chamber we were in before, or is that the plan?
Oh no, I think we're going
I'm
up.
thinking the other direction.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I think that it's a great idea.
okay.
If you remember the direction, Yervith, we can
It's like
shape
that
our
way.
way. Yeah, that way.
Yes, I can remember it.
Could be
I
like
think.
As you guys are talking, no sound can escape the Lehman's tiny hut, so your conversation cannot be heard. But sound can enter the Lehman's tiny hut. You hear the banging, some large object against the ice, reverberating through the cavern.
Oh.
Okay, let's
I
go.
know you're in there somewhere.
Oh.
You have entered the lair of Aurathator, and you've taken my treasure. There is nowhere you can hide, nowhere you can run.
I'm gonna say
Come out now.
He can't hear you, Jin.
no. I was gonna say to him, I'm next to Lockie, I think.
Yeah.
Or Yervith. I'm gonna whisper to him, his treasure's not all it's cracked up to be. It's okay.
Oh, you had
Nice.
You had a look.
I don't think that matters to him. I think if we took one brass ring, he'd be pretty pissed.
You hear he continues this interruption. He can't hear this interruption, so he doesn't pause to give you guys a chance to speak. Come out now, and your lives may be spared. But continue to hide, continue to run, and I will pick your bones from between my teeth.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
10 seconds.
Whoa. I sort of Mira, if you want, go talk to him by all means. You were expressing that before.
I have an idea. I can get out of here quite easily, but in that time, maybe you can continue to
Whoa.
move away.
What are you going to do though?
I'll go and talk to him.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's a terrible idea.
Yervith is gonna
No.
sigh and go,
No.
I will accompany you.
No.
No,
To him.
Let's just go this
neither of
way.
you are
Let's
not
just go-
doing that.
What do you
I
mean?
think if
Mira, I
anyone's
need your
gonna
help
talk
digging.
This way.
it should
This way.
definitely be.
Go this way.
Yep,
You want to
dig
run?
it.
You want to run from it?
No.
It's
Yes.
down.
Think of it more as a tactical retreat into an advantageous position to strike it
With an
down.
almighty crash, the section of ice where you guys are situated caves in, showering you with shards of... Well, not showering you, but showering the dome with shards of shattered ice. I'm going to reveal what you can see.
Oh, Jesus.
As you look into the cavern beyond,
Actually, we could just fight from Lehman's tiny hut. Just walk out, shoot a spell at it, go back in.
just so that it's easy for me to manage... Oops, sorry. Just so it's easy for me to manage... Oh, no! What have I done?
We literally like in a bunker, like
It's true.
It only lasts
Just-
for 8 hours though, so it's probably gonna pop.
we have 2 hours left. We have
It's
2
gonna
hours left.
Just so...
Yeah.
Because you guys can see stuff, but I can't change the dynamic...
That could be an
lighting.
entire
I'm just going
fight.
to drop you... I'm just going to drop you here. So...
Oh dear.
Oh, I spells too.
So...
Oh my god.
As As the ice wall that you are currently up against shatters and your small hidey hole is revealed, you can see 4 ice trolls arranged around smashing sections of the wall. And in the center of the room is an enormous white dragon. Scales pale white, almost this icy blue color shining between the gaps. Frost and snow crystallizing around its mouth and around its claws. I'll chuck a picture in chat so you get the full effect.
Oh my god.
Massive wings curled up, and from its mouth, constantly this white frost, this mist is dripping, and everywhere it touches on the floor begins to freeze and crystallize. Ah, there you are.
Still can't see us. He just sees a dome of ice.
He sees a dome of ice. I will say...
you probably can tell.
Yeah, I will say you guys know that dragons, when they get to a certain age, can detect magics.
That's fine. We've had a long rest at least, so...
Yeah.
Aurathator moves up towards this section of ice, so towards your dome, and the ice trolls step back to make room, shuffling away, almost terrified of this thing as it moves into position. How long will your spells hold, wizard? How much ice can you keep out? And with that, its maw opens, and this breath of ice slams against the edge of your Leomund's tiny hut. From around the sides, ice begins to crystallize up at the back, sort of locking in and pushing against the dome.
I don't think we can run away.
Nope.
You can see that the dome begins to sort of shake a little bit under the onslaught of this breath weapon. And when at last the frost finally clears, you see the dragon sort of shake its head a little bit, its eyes looking. Your magic can't keep you safe.
2 hours.
Step out.
I'm gonna look at Jin and be like,
I look at everyone. I got 2 fingers up. 2 hours. We have 2 hours.
do you really want to make a dragon angry at us?
More than it is already.
Well, I mean,
what
we
else
don't want
could we
things
do?
worse, so...
I would rather not. I'm not dropping this because once we drop it, he will just do that to us.
I'm gonna look at Mira and go, Mira.
I'll hold out my
You're
hand.
You can
You're the
poke your
taller.
head out, but I wouldn't. I'd be ready to pull you in immediately.
I cast Dimension Door and go right in front of him.
Oh
This is a
shit!
terrible idea. We're all going
Can
to die.
can you dimension door through?
No, you can't actually.
Leomund's tiny hut?
Spells
I'm
and
not
other
sure if you
spells
can.
and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
No, you have to step out of the
You
ice
have to step out.
So then, if you're stepping out,
because you can
just
pass
step
through
out.
it.
Oh, I
Jin,
step out then.
you just step out through it. Yeah.
I
Mira just
would
steps
walk-
out.
We can walk in and out of it, guys. Like,
I would
I'll put it
walk
up
out
again
with
in
you.
VT. I'll put it
Oh,
out in
shit.
VTT so you guys can read it.
Yervith and Mira, just step out from the ice dome. Aurathator sort of like pauses and looks down and goes, Well. Some of you have backbone for now.
Big brass balls.
Mira will bow.
Oh shit,
Likewise.
okay. Yeah, shit, okay, both of you bow. Aurathator's head comes closer and closer, mouth open, nostrils sniffing the air near you. There's a moment, almost for a second, where you think he's about to bite down, but instead he sniffs close to this. You have not touched my treasure.
Oh,
What
I
are
have.
you doing here?
Oh, he's so after me.
Where is my gold?
Mighty great one. It is both a pleasure and a shame that we should meet so. My name is Mira. I'm not sure if
Mira.
you're... Yes.
I have heard your name. You are the one the cult seeks. You will free our mother.
Oh,
Yes. And I'm becoming aware what that means. But what part do you have to play?
I guard the horn of Nostea, the horn of dragons.
Interesting.
And have you attracted many?
We have summoned many to our side Tiamat rises soon, and she will have an army of dragons behind her. Chromatic, metallic, and dragonborn.
And why is that, may I ask? One such as yourself in great power, why would you need to fall in with this cult? Necromancers. You are an elemental creature.
I care not for the petty machinations of Severin and his ilk. I merely wish to see our mother rise again, and dragons take their true place as rulers. For too long we have capitulated to these mortals. For too long we have stood by and let them shape our destiny. No longer.
Mira will consider this, and she's like, yes. That would be a great power in this land.
'Tis for their own good. Their lives are so brief. The moment they learn from their mistakes, they are in the grave, leaving their children to make the same. History repeats itself. There will be another ruin, and another. The world will fall into chaos and bloodshed because of their pettiness, because of their arrogance and greed. And they call dragons greedy. What hubris. What hypocrisy.
He looks around. You have great wealth.
This is merely an antechamber. I have several caverns filled with gold, but I do not wish to part with a single piece. My hoard is not just wealth. It is the past, and my connection to it, and I will have it returned to me.
Tell me, do you know...
Oh, Claire's breaking up.
Oh, yeah, Claire's breaking up.
Sorry, just missed the end of that. Just missed the end of that, Claire. Oh, you still there, Claire?
Miss most of that.
Is that one of your treasures? Is that one... She said, is that one of your treasures?
The horn.
Oh, no.
The horn was a gift for me to guard. I have no possession, no claim to it. It is merely a tool which with I protect and guide others towards the cult.
Mm-hmm.
Aurathator turns towards you, Yervith.
Nothing
Oh,
more.
God.
Oh, can you guys hear us? Claire, Michael,
Yeah.
testing. I don't think Claire and Michael can. I think they've lost us.
Yeah.
Oh, we can. Okay,
Oh.
cool.
I think maybe they're a bit delayed.
No, we can hear
We can hear
you.
you.
We're delayed.
Sweet.
We're delayed.
Oh, that's okay. Aurathator
We're
leans in.
delayed.
Yes. Aurathator leans into you, Yervith. And you... Are you guarding this one?
I follow Mira. I trust her decisions.
And this one? Bringing interlopers into a cave to steal treasure from a white dragon. Do you think that was wise?
I do not. I sort of like search for the words a little bit. I do not think it was a wise thing to do to such a creature such as yourself.
Good.
Tell me this, Aurathator. For someone who is hedging their bets on a future of dragons, you seem to hold on to the past and future. Why is that?
Mortals, you elves think yourselves better for your long lives, but your lives are still a blink of an eye to a dragon. The past is what we learn from. We can see the pattern of the future written in the strands of our history. Only a fool would overlook such an advantage.
I agree. If only I could remember my past, perhaps my future would be better.
Perhaps. And will the rest of your companions be joining us? I smell others on you. A strange scent, something serpentine, something metallic, and something dark, ever shifting.
Oh god.
Ooh, that must be me.
Inside the dome, Jin's like, oh, he's talking about me.
I will, while they've been talking, I
My
will
nose
lean
is
into
itchy.
Lockie. I'm
Someone's
going to lean
talking
into
about
Lockie
me.
real quick, and I'm going to like whisper to him, well, they are just up his backside, aren't they? Poof, so far up there.
You
I mean, they're not the ones that stole from the dragon.
No, you don't hear that. Sorry, what was that?
Lockie?
Sorry, what was that, Lockie?
I said they're not the ones that stole from a dragon, but sure. Also, Jin, I have a feeling he wants that chest back.
Well, maybe he shouldn't be doing the order's bidding. So, sort of
That's
brought
you
it
could
upon
try and
himself.
barter that. That's you could try. That's not a bad barter. Stop doing the orders bidding on to give you back your gold. You could try that.
Actually, not a
Give
bad
it a go.
idea.
You can give that a go.
Might give it a go.
I
We'll
think-
see.
Shana
Well,
sticks her head out.
Shana sticks her head out.
I'll head out with Shana.
Guys,
Yeah.
no!
Shit,
Oh my
there we
God.
go. Shana sticks her head out. Lockie just steps out. Just and then Shana's head's poking out of the dome while Lockie just steps out. Hello there. Construct designed for thievery. Gets close and begins sniffing you, Lockie.
What kind of short little laugh? I'm like,
Thievery is not in my regimen. I'm very capable of making things.
He gets close and
I
begins
can make
sniffing
you a
you.
pair of glasses so you can really find who the culprit is.
No, you haven't touched my treasure either. So it wasn't a group effort after all. Interesting. Here I was ready to kill you all as thieves. But
Owen,
it seems, yeah.
if I dispel magic on myself, can I remove
Yes.
the traces of me touching his treasure?
You're not sure what he's smelling. So
I
you
assume it's
can
magic.
so dispel magic would shift. Yeah, dispel magic would dispel magic. Absolutely.
So any magical traces on me from his
Yeah.
treasure,
Yeah,
I
as long
want
as
to
it's within
dispel
level.
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this a Fizzband Horde thing? Because this is cool.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
It's a modified version of a Fizzband sword. Yeah, I had some
I
fun.
don't really want to use a third level spell slot, but I think to really confuse him, it would just be hilarious.
You could leave the box in the Leon's tiny heart.
Oh, I'm going to I'll leave the bag in the hut too, just in case.
The bag as well.
But he'll probably still be able to tell that I still touched it. So I'm going to dispel magic on myself, like
Okay.
just the traces of magic that was left by the chest.
Okay. What's the range of dispel magic?
120 feet, but I'm in the dome.
Yeah. Would it affect the dome? Is my question. No, because you target one magical effect.
I'm
with dispel
targeting.
magic,
I'm
right? Yeah.
not targeting the dome.
Let me double check.
It's not an area of effect.
No, I didn't think so.
I'll
It's,
put it
it's you target one thing, don't you?
I
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect.
magical
Yeah, cool.
effect.
I thought that'd be
So
really
I'm
funny as Jin
choosing-
goes to like dispel
Would be
magic and the dome
hilarious.
disappears. He's like, oh, this is awkward.
But that could also be great because then it'd be AOE and that'd be
Was
so
it
OP.
me? Yeah. Yeah, you cast dispel magic, you focus, and yeah.
So magical effect within range. So the magical effect would be any traces of the magic left by the chest on myself.
Yep.
Cast at third level.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
cast
then
a spell.
I'm going to. Cool. And then I'm going to leave the bag in the dome.
Yep.
And then just in case, I'm going to do a prestidigitation just to give myself like, you know, when people get new car fresheners, just going to have like a
Yes.
fresh smell.
Okay, what's your fresh smell?
Like
You got a little tree hanging from your
Yeah.
armor.
I don't know.
As he waves his hands, these like sparks in a green like pine cone assemble in front of him and like splash over his face.
Pine smell.
Okay. Yeah.
Wine bar.
Just
like a light
smell of
pine smell.
Yeah. Can
Just
I
like
have you? Yeah, little spritz.
Prestidigitation.
Can I have you please roll me a spell attack? I just want to know how effective your magic is.
Okay.
Please.
Do you want me to just do an Eldritch Blast? Or
Yeah,
something?
that's perfect. Yeah, just to get a spell check because
Okay.
that's your spellcasting modifier plus a d20. That's what I want.
16.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Cool.
You
For the
spruce
pine.
yourself up. spruce yourself.
No.
And you step out. And you step out.
I'm gonna step out behind Lockie, and I'm like, "Oh, hello there."
The second you step out, does Leomund's tiny hut vanish? The spell ends if you leave its area. You watch as Leomund's
what I'll
tiny
do is
hut.
I would know that then.
Okay.
Okay. That changes things.
Do it or no?
I think he did it.
I think he did it.
I think he did it. Jin
Hold on.
steps through the door. You watch as Jin realizes, as you step through, Jin, you're like, oh shit, as the dome just vanishes behind you. Just sitting in the ice behind all of you.
I would have probably hid the bag at least.
I can say that it's like tucked into a corner back there, not just in the middle. I'll say that it's you sort of
hid
put it
it
at the back of the
behind
dome, a bit of snow and ice piled up on top of it. I'll say that, but
Yeah.
and then as you
That's
step out,
fine.
the tiny hut disappears. The dragon sort of looks over and goes, this must be our thief. Step forward.
No, not at all.
Use logic.
I step here. I present myself.
Super effective.
Aurathator steps up and I smell pine.
Pine, yes. My clothes, when I wash them, I wash them with pine.
Smell
Like a pine fragrance.
nice. The touch of gold.
Oh, I do have gold, and I show him some gold in my pocket.
Just pull out some gold.
Yes, I do have gold. My gold that I procured, it's nothing of yours.
Had some gold. on the
No, I still have gold.
The dragon's neck rears up and a dangerous glint comes into its eye.
I technically never had the gold on me. It was in the chest.
However, you did open the chest and you were
I did
to
open
pick
it,
some
but I
pieces
didn't.
up and put them into the bag.
It's still gold that I have
It is
gold
still
on me. I'm
gold.
like, oh,
Yeah.
if you're so worried, here, have some of my gold. I offer him like 5 gold.
Yeah. As soon as you drop it on the ground, a massive claw comes out and scrapes it away.
Sure. I'm very nonchalant about it.
Now then, clearly you looks over at Mira. Are here to stay. And the rest of you, what to do? We're rather short on guest accommodations here.
I don't need accommodation. I do not sleep.
There's a
They are
sudden.
with me.
there's a-
They have their part to play.
and what part is that?
They must witness.
Oh, is that it?
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, I thought she was going to say more.
Yeah, I was
They
hoping
will-
for
they
more
must
too.
witness.
Yeah, they must.
like, oh.
They're just gotta
Oh.
just watch.
I just literally have to stay here and watch.
That's cryptic enough, though. I like that.
No, that's cryptic. It's good. I like it.
That's good.
It's open-ended.
Yeah.
Persuasion check, please, Mira.
Well, she'll just say like, as you said, they have small lives, short lives, small lives. This is their purpose. Something like that.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Roll me that. Yeah. Persuasion 15. Aurathator sort of looks over.
This one, and she'll point at Lockie, has potential. One that the cult has made use of before in the Flying Castle, the giant technology.
Poor.
It could be useful.
Just tell him that.
Yeah, no, he would know. He would know stuff.
What potential?
Oh, you didn't know.
He didn't know. Never mind.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
What potential do you speak of? Giant's Castle, I heard of the fall of the Skyreach. Was this
Wasn't he there?
one
Wasn't
on
that-
board?
Technically, yes. Although I was actually a mechanic at the time.
So you
and it
kept
was,
the castle aloft all these years. Yes, you could be useful. And as for you three, tell me, what are your lives worth?
Well, I'm just going to pipe in here. I am a very good musician of sorts, an actor, and a bit of, I could do jester, I could do a bunch of performances to liven the mood and reform morale, improve.
As you're sort of like chatting, Aurathator gets this dangerous gleam into his eye, and as he opens his mouth, more of this frost begins to coalesce. Give me one reason not to freeze you in place and add you to my collection, because I would find that more entertaining than any dance or song.
Well, you saw the dome that I put up before. That was my creation, and, well, you didn't really leave a scratch on it, so I do have powerful magics.
Fuck, dude.
Okay.
No disrespect at all, though. Just purely showing off some of my skill set.
Yervith is gonna visibly cringe at that and just be like, just brace himself for like an angry dragon.
Aurathator breathes out this gout of icy breath towards Jin and one of his ice trolls. I need Jin and the ice troll to make me a constitution saving throw, and the rest of you, I'm going to chuck you an initiative because I think we're going to be time sensitive for the next little bit.
Oh, shit.
7, of course. I roll horribly again.
Oh, fuck.
Because
I wasn't
that
expecting
never
this.
happens.
I wasn't expecting, you guys were doing really well. You were talking yourselves out of it. It was going really well. And then...
Look, let's be honest. So this is how my character would go. He's
no. You've always got to play true to the character.
What?
Yeah. Then the sass.
Flash of
Well, I
genius.
rolled for
Oh
good for
my
initiative.
No, yeah, I don't think so.
The ice troll with 20 shouldn't be there.
Alright.
Alrighty. Let's go initiative.
I'm adding a
order.
+4 to mine. I'm adding a +4 to mine.
Wow, a 12. Amazing.
Jin, I've got you as a 21. That's a great initiative.
I know, I rolled good for that, but I didn't roll
The
good for the
initiative-
Constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
the con save.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
7.
It's fine.
Okay. The good news is the troll fails too, so you're not alone in this. As he just breathes out and smashes both. Oh fuck me! 53 points of cold damage.
I will half that with
yep.
absorb elements.
The troll is frozen to the wall and instantly dies.
That's
As
actually
it is
not horrible.
Holy
frozen
shit.
in place to the wall.
As he does that, though, I'm going to like have these like crystals appear in my hand. I'm going to like sort of pop them, and some of that magic will just sort of coalesce and suck into the crystals.
Yep.
And I'll take half damage. So how much is that? 53 round down to
53 rounds down to
26.
26. Yeah, because it's down to. Oh, sorry, plus 4 to your initiative, Lockie. So that's a 12, is it? Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, it's an 8. Sorry, I
already done it.
realised that was.
Yeah. Cook. Boy. There you go. I'll move you back.
as he sort of hits me, I take a bit of
Yeah.
damage. Like, oof, that was painful. But I dust myself off because like it hurt a lot, but not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
So he'd probably be shaken up a little bit by the fact that I would take that full brunt.
Well, as he
off
watches the
half
ice
or
troll get
half.
frozen to the wall and you be like affected, but relatively like there's still like sort of frost burns across your body and parts of your cloak
Yeah,
are
there would
frozen
be.
solid against you. Yeah, he sort of looks back a little bit, almost a bit confused as to why you're still alive. Actually, he probably would say, "What trickery is this?"
I do a bow and I go, I did tell you that I was quite useful, so my apologies if I offended you before. I'm taking it in stride.
Okay. Your apologies. I do not like this. I do not trust this power. It is a threat.
Well, as Mira stated, we are here to. 'Cause, potentially help, so this power could be to your use. potentially help, so this power could be to your use.
Okay.
Well, as Mira stated, we are here to potentially help, so this power could be to your use. Well, as Mira stated, we are here to potentially help, so this power could be to your use.
We are here because we represent different types of power. One that's not just this miserable cult. There are other ways to amass a hoard of knowledge and treasure. There are other ways that dragons can be powerful. We are here as alternatives with our own power.
What do you propose should we do about Tiamat? Do you think she should be free, or shackled under false pretenses, brandished as a betrayer god? No chance to defend herself. Is that justice? Is that fair?
I think with your years of knowledge and wisdom, you understand that there are many sides to a story. There is more reason that Tiamat was locked away. Once you release something so destructive in someone, it just snowballs, and all those people who would bring you treasure and wealth and respect, they will be destroyed. There is alternative to chaotic destruction, and that is what she represents. That's what the stories are about. It's not just Tiamat, it is that chaos that we must rein in. With chaos, your hoard, it will mean nothing. All of our powers. We are looking for alternatives, and we represent alternative power.
Make me a persuasion check.
Does anyone want to help me?
I can give you plus bonus if you like. For plus 4.
Oh no!
Oh no, natural
14.
Still a natural 1 though.
Still a natural 1, yeah.
But you can only crit fail on attacks, remember.
Yes, that's right.
So 14.
You speak well, honeyed words, warm words. But I value the cold logic. And it is the easiest, simplest method for me to help the cult and let Tiamat sort this out for herself. I will not harm you under orders and in the interest of releasing Tiamat. But the others, I think they have trespassed in my domain long enough. Prepare. Die.
And I'm going to throw us back into the same initiative order. Jin, you're up first. Aurathator looks threatening.
Okay. Can I tell everyone in my team to shield their eyes for a second?
You can shout out, close your eyes.
Yes. Everybody, cover your eyes. That's a free action, so will you allow everyone to reactionary?
That's absolutely free reaction. Cover their eyes. Easy peasy.
In front of this dragon's face and all the trolls inside of it, I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Absolutely.
I'm expecting it not to affect the dragon, but if it knocks out at least some of these trolls, it's pretty handy.
Nice.
Absolutely. So I make a wisdom save, I believe. Let me make that wisdom save.
That's correct. Sorry, don't worry about that. Oh, why is it? Sorry, not casting. I want just to display it so you can read it.
That's a 13. Trolls are not very wise. 13, and the other one was an 8. So I've split the trolls into 2 different groups, blue and red.
Sure.
That's a fail for both.
Needed past 16, so perfect. The dragon, I imagine, is not.
Sorry, I haven't rolled Aurathator yet. Sorry.
Oh wow, he can actually be affected.
No, 16 exactly. He meets that DC.
Oh, hold on. Can I quickly check something real quick?
A screenshot of that. That's amazing. Can't believe it actually made that.
The attack roll, ability check, or damage roll down. I can't cut
paste it there.
That's fine. That's fine. We've taken out 3 trolls there. We can just focus on the dragon at least.
I'll use. What's the most confused looking symbol? Maybe the bleeding eye. Yeah, let's use the bleeding eye to signal that they've been hypnotized. That's great. Yeah, that's freaky as all shit.
That's cool.
Love it.
Jin, as you step forward and summon this glowing hypnotic pattern of lights and colors, the trolls just sort of stop. And just sort of their clubs lower to the ground. They're just like standing with this vacant expression on their faces. Aurathator just waves his head through the pattern, sort of dissipating it around him, and then looks and goes, "You'll have to do a lot better than that.
Hold on, just
I
quickly.
had such high hopes seeing you resist my frost."
Yes, sorry.
I'm really like
Sorry.
flat out like I can't believe he could have been affected though.
He could have
Yeah.
been. Yeah, yeah.
Insane. I could just cast it again and see if it hits him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
So
I'm not going
to. Action and free action, Jin. Did you want to do movement and bonus action?
I will definitely do that. Bonus action. Let's cast a spell.
Yep.
For my bonus action, I think the best one to do spell. I'm going to do Hexblade's Curse on him.
And what would you like to bind? Oh, that's hex.
That's
sorry.
only Hex.
Sorry, hex, yeah.
So I'll just put this up. Wait, do I do that? There you go.
that's
Just so you
perfect.
know what it does.
Yep.
So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go 5. Step over the dead troll. 10.
It's frozen to the wall, so technically it's there. So you can just step around
so
it. Yep.
5. Like, would I? So would that be like 15, 20?
Yep.
So, can I get there? Is that
Yeah, you
30,
get
or
there.
can I get
Of course
there?
you can. No, you can get to there. As you
cool.
do, Jin, you
I'm
can see
gonna-
the pathway beyond has been cleared. The holes are gone. The ice walls are
Oh,
gone.
you fixed it. But I'm going to run up here.
Yes.
That was
Sort of using the ice troll as like half cover if I can. Maybe not from where I am just yet, but I'm definitely going to be using him as cover.
Yeah, absolutely. Mira.
Okay. She will just try again. She's like, "You are wrong. There is an alternative, and I am going to show you." She's going to cast the big level spell.
I will
fifth
say-
level summon Draconic spirit.
What was that? Sorry, 5th level.
No, wait. What were you going to say?
Oh,
What
I was
spell
just
are
going
you
to say,
casting?
I was just going to say quickly for the party, just be very careful of AoE attacks. If any of the ice trolls get damaged, they get knocked out.
Yeah.
We can keep them in this thing though for like a minute. So just be very careful of that. That's all.
Yeah.
Sorry to take your thunder.
So what spell are you casting, Mira?
No, that's okay. Summon Draconic Spirit.
Oh shit!
So,
This is the first time you're doing that. Paste it in chat. Let's see what this one does.
Yeah, I want to see this.
This is from Fizzbands, I believe, correct?
Ooh,
Cool.
Nice.
And unfortunately,
yeah,
it's Fizzband at my table. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, that's a very big.
Oh,
Wow, that's huge. 5th level. Oh.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah,
What
this
color?
level.
Yeah.
So
What do you?
this.
Sorry. Go. Tell me what it looks like.
So I'm going to summon a silver dragon, but I'm going
Okay.
to use the amulet to change the damage it does to psychic damage.
Oh,
So this dragon spirit is actually, it looks like Mira. It looks like this half red, half silver, and there's a little bit of green in there as well, as it's summoned.
That's cool.
And it just kind of looms up behind her, and she's using an amulet, so this will probably surge.
You are using your amulet. I don't have a silver dragon, crazily enough, but I do have a blue dragon. Are you okay if I use a blue dragon for this, just for the token?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move myself, Owen. I just want to
Yep.
see it.
It is.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So Mira, you summon. You basically you reach out and pull the magic, start weaving the threads together, and summon this draconic spirit. As you described, yeah, silver and red, half down the side. And as you do so, the amulet flashes with energy. Could I have you please roll me a D20, Mira?
Ooh,
So cool.
amazing.
This is like so
One. If you
thematic.
could get a
Take your
natural one, that
time.
would be awesome. That would be really cool. If you get a natural one on this, that
For
would be
you or
amazing.
for us?
I'm not saying.
11, sorry.
Double one.
11. Okay.
17 would have been cool.
Double one?
What was that? Sorry. It's got 2 ones in it. I know you
Got
did
2
pretty
ones in
much
it.
over there. 11. Mira, as you summon this, you begin to feel warm, hot, and you watch as the dragon you summon, the red scales grow a little bit further along the body than the silver. And then as you look down, you notice your red scales as well shifting again. The amulet flashes red, and your Erzat's eye color changes to this bright flaming red, and ethereal red flames begin moving out from it. Almost like it's leaking fire.
Holy shit.
Cool. She just stands there and looks at him. And just raises both arms, silver and red, in the air.
That is the power of old. You have Tiamat's amulet.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage, Mira.
Woohoo! But Mira says to him, "It may be her amulet, but it is my power."
Shit. Okay. Okay. This could be a game changer.
Oh, 20.
Wow.
23.
Fuck yes. Let's go.
Mira, as you say that, it's her amulet, but my power.
You're not just a Dragonborn. You're not just a bichromatic. You're an aspect of her power, but you've split from her. You are your own entity. You could be a god. I will not fight you.
To Mira.
Oh, but you still probably find us.
I think that's 6 seconds.
No, I will say you can spend your bonus action if you wanted to say anything else. I will allow that. Unless you had a use for your bonus action.
Man, Mira could just be like, you guys are on your own. See you later.
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah. He could.
Like, no, what she says is, I have experienced and seen many forms of power and magic with my companions. Do not heed us on our own destiny, and you will reap the power at the end. I can guarantee it.
You watch as Aurathator takes a more defensive stance, wings curling back towards his body, neck pulled back, almost backing away from Mira a little bit. Yervith, it's your turn.
Nice.
Oh man. How do I follow that? How do I follow that?
I would like to stab him in the anus with my arrow, please.
I would like to kill him. No.
Could I please insert my stained glass sword up his rectum?
I don't know. I think at this point, like, yeah, no, Yervith would be looking at Mira, like, reflecting on everything that's happened, especially like overhearing Mira's like conversation on the boat, and I will just look at the dragon and just sort of say, "There is much destiny to this one. That is why I follow her. She and my companions seek a better future, and with her power, I believe we can do that. Don't you?"
Doesn't respond, but continues to look unsettled, as if unsure of what to do. Yervith, if you want to hold your action, you can do that as well. Absolutely.
I will hold my action, but I won't. I don't imagine, like, I don't want to look super threatening. Like, I probably wouldn't even have my bow out yet. Like, I would just sort of have my hands free, like non-threatening, but like ready to step in. So I guess I would hold it. I would be holding an action at this point in case he tries anything shifty.
All right. So if he does anything shifty, you'll shoot him in the face.
Yep.
Sweet. Trolls are hypnotized. Lockie. They don't ever get a save on the end of their go, do they? Hypnotic pattern. They have to be roused. Yeah, they have to be roused. So it can't do anything. Lockie.
Yeah, it's rouse or take damage. That's literally it. So even if it had went through on him, that would have been
super brutal.
Really funny.
I mean, he could have used a legendary resistance, I guess, if I'd needed to.
Yeah, well, I guess that would help.
Could have done my legendary resistance, I guess, but Lockie, on to you. What would you like to do, buddy?
Well, what he will do is he's going to talk. No, he's not. He's going to. He's going to step over to Mira and touch her on the shoulder and say, "I have known that you are the one to lead us. for a long time now. And he's going to cast Protection Against Elements for
Nice.
for ice. Protection against energy, sorry, for ice.
Protection against energy, ice. As you do this, Lockie, you watch as this sort of like fire begins to leap up around Mira, this protective, ghostly fire. The effect of Mira now, you watch this sort of orange flame, orange elemental flame leaping around her, this red from her eye. Mira's looking a little bit spooky at this point. That is not lost on Aurathator, who backs away again, eyes on Mira. Makes no further move. Anything else on your turn, Lockie?
He'll sort of just sit near Mira and in front of Shana protectively.
Cool.
And then as a bonus action, just gonna wind up his bonus hit points and do it.
Okay. Ice trolls are hypnotized. Aurathator. I think, Claire, could I get you to roll me a percentile dice, please, at E100? Because you've been persuading him. Let's see the percentile dice.
100.
Set my numbers in my head.
Quicker.
Let's see what you get.
Roll
Set the
20.
numbers.
34.
34. I was having you roll percentage chance to attack. You wanted low numbers. 34 is good.
Yay!
Aurathator sort of pauses.
I am not sure. I should not cross you. I should make you an ally. That is the logical pathway. But the retribution from the cult, this will be seen as betrayal. This will be seen as treachery. I need to be...
Surely there are dragons who do not follow.
Yes, of course.
Sorry.
Veloxer is full of the kind who do not support Tiamat. But for how much longer? Their words spread like wildfire across a dead field of grass. Every blade another dragon brought to their side. You fight a bigger enemy.
Yes, but we are like ice.
Keep going.
But
No.
we are of ice. We can freeze. Huh?
Did Claire break up then a little bit?
Yeah, it's breaking up a bit.
Sorry, I can
yeah,
I can hear you,
she
Claire.
just
Come back.
says
No, keep going.
that
You're good.
we
You're good.
are-
Oh, tell him about your dragon friend in the
Yeah,
city.
she just says we are of the ice. Yeah, that's right. She said, I know of someone in the city who is of a logical disposition. There are allies, and once I leave here, that is our next stop. We can put out their flame very quickly.
Very well. Stand down. I will not attack you or your friends.
I'm going to take you out of initiative for the moment as Aurathator steps back, and then you watch as his form begins shrinking, collapsing in on itself as ice crystallizes until he takes on the form of a white half-dragon standing before you.
Well, Mira, what would you have me do?
Mira will also
Fuck.
drop the sorcery, step forward and bow, as she used to in her political days, and say, I know of a dragon in the city that you can go to.
Ooh.
She will also have a plan. If you tell her that that I have sent you, we can assemble our own powers.
You really need to be careful who you trust, Mira. I could betray you. This could all be a ruse. How can you trust me with this?
Because you are clearly logical and you follow power.
Man, this is Spider-Man all over again.
Yeah.
Just let him into the apartment. It's okay.
Who's gonna be the up mate?
Fine.
Oh, fuck. Surely not
Fine.
being up, mate.
Very well. What would you have me do with the horn? What is the plan there? Will you take it with you? It cannot be allowed to fall back into the cult's hands. If you are to succeed, you must cut off their supply of fresh recruits.
I beg your
I
pardon.
wish to examine it.
I was just going to add, do you think it would be safest that the horn be destroyed, or just merely protected, kept out of the hands of the cult?
The horn is just a magical artifact that can be heard by dragons within a large radius. It's the history of it that gives it its sinister meaning. It is known that sound summons warriors to Tiamat. Perhaps it is time for it to be laid to rest as well. Forgotten.
I will pipe in here. I think I could help out with that. I have some means to destroy it or at least contain it.
You will give me my gold back or I will flay you.
I nod. That's fair. I will mage hand. I will mage hand the chest. I'm gonna mage hand the chest from underneath the snow and hand it to him. My apologies.
He tears it out of your hands and starts like opening up and going through the gold.
Mage. It's all there, and you have my 5, so you've actually, you've got more than you started with.
He gives you a withering glare. Pulls out from the pocket of his armor, because this white half dragon is wearing armor. Pulls out from his pocket this folded circle of fabric, this dark fabric that he flings out, and as it hits the ice, it forms this circle that then drops into a hole. And you watch as this dimensional hole forms on the ground in front of you, and he just kicks the chest backwards into the hole, and then reaches down, pulls up the cloth, and tucks it away into a section of the armor underneath the breastplate.
Oh, that's cool.
Quick question. If I drop my spell, will these ice trolls be aggressive?
They will listen to their master, or I will eat them whole.
Okay, I drop the spell.
The ice trolls begin sort of looking
A sign
around,
of good faith.
and then as one begin to charge the party, Aurathator just turns around in this half-dragon form and growls, this low menacing. They immediately turn and back off and sit down in the corner.
Good
Nice.
boys. Well, we'll leave these weaklings here. They have been pitiful servants.
As the ice trolls hear him say that, leaving them here, they perk up a bit and seem a bit happy about that.
Oh.
You don't get the
ice
sense
trolls.
they love being bullied around by a dragon.
Wait, what?
You said they got happy though.
They get happy that they're being left behind, that they're not going to be bullied by
'cause-
Aurathator anymore.
I thought they were like into it. I was like,
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Punish him, Daddy.
I'm
Boss me round.
it gets my
I've been a naughty little troll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been a
On a
bad
lonely
little
night
troll.
in that cave.
No. Rathator, please.
Aurathator holds out a hand, and you watch as his claw touches the ice and he begins twisting round. The ice beneath you begins to melt and form into a platform that slowly lowers you down to a cavern below. I'm going to move you guys.
I'm going to Owen,
Oh, yeah?
just in my mind. I'm just going to project it, a thought.
Yes.
Varys, if you're listening, whatever you do not make this look anything suspicious. Make this seem like the horn just is destroyed. If I'm successful. Do not do any weird hijinks to completely throw off this white dragon.
I'll drop you guys.
It's just an image. It's like a thought I'm projecting out from my mind.
Okay. There you go.
If I can, just to build
If I'm
on that,
successful.
knowing what Jin's likely plan is, Shana is just sort of going to be like ready to jump in and help them, like if she thinks that they look like they need help.
Who are you helping? Me.
You, in case, if they're, like, if it looks like you need help, like making a distraction so you can go for the horn or whatever, like
Okay.
Shana is like ready to like jump in.
Shana's on board. Cool.
Comes on board.
I didn't even know
yeah.
she knew, but fucking cool. Tops.
The ice platform lowers you down to this vast underground lake filled with this sort of saltwater slush that's semi-frozen, pillars of ice and snow rising from above. And below you can see various passageways leading down into the ice, down into the dark waters below. Aurathator in this white half-dragon form leads you down this very sort of slight corridor over towards the edge of this wall where you can see this vast section of ice has been caved in, and just the mouthpiece of this immense black horn is visible through the ice. The rest of it curves up. It must be 40, 50 feet long. It's easily 30 feet wide as it disappears, curling up into the ice above. As he sort of sees your stunned expressions.
What did you expect? It was made for dragons. You mortals, always seeing the world through your lens.
I'd probably just like whistle and go, sort of do that like whistle where it's like the whistle won't come through, but like just like I'm taking it in and I'm just like, damn, like I do a whistle like.
Matt did a bang on one actually that did come through. So,
Yeah, you did.
I'll just sample that and rejig it over you, Joe.
Perfect. Okay. But yeah, I'll be pretty. I'll be taken in by it. It's pretty cool.
I sort of just say, well, I'm getting the impression that big is better, but perhaps it's how you use it that counts.
No, size is also important. Clearly.
One psychic damage. Take your Mira's thing. Sorry for taking your thing, but that's pretty good.
No, go for it.
I might take us back to webcams for this bit because it's not much to look at the map. That way we can see people's faces and reactions a bit better. Yeah.
Well, as you can see, moving it is going to be difficult without assistance. What is your plan?
I look expectantly at Lockie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, Lockie, would you be big enough to handle this if you?
Could you have a look at this?
Wait, actually, Lockie, that spell you used.
Yeah.
Can it also make things small?
Yes, it can. The only problem there is it's not technically a spell. It's actually just a manifestation in my own form, so I can make myself smaller, but I can't make it.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a specific feature of Lockie's giant forged nature, Legacy of the Giants.
I mean, if you give me just one little second.
Well, I mean, otherwise.
Do you activate Legacy of the Giants just then, Lockie?
So actually what happened?
Okay, you guys just watch as Lockie fucking grows like to 12, 13, 14 feet tall as Lockie just... You watch as these gears twist and turn and Lockie takes on his full giant size.
Alright, I'll just reach under and I'll give it a heft.
As you try and pull it, can I have you please make me a strength check, please? Athletics. As you step in...
I'm gonna step out the way. Just let him do this thing because I don't want to be anywhere near it.
As Lockie activates Legacy of the Giants, Aurathator looks stunned.
What is this power? You are no Warforged. You are something else. Something far older. So this is your secret. The giants work with you, and we thought they were gone from this world. Magic.
Lockie.
Athletics. This is going to be +4 on top of this because of my...
Yes, because of your strength.
You're strong.
Because you're a big, strong, big boy.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Add on your thingy.
It's like a genius, so that goes from 11 to
15. 15. Lockie, as you begin pulling, it begins to crash through the ice, but the horn is massive. And as you drag it 5-10 feet, it takes all your strength, just to pull it out of the ice, and it's still half embedded.
It's coming free. Just got to give it a bit of a wiggle.
Look, I want to ask you all, do we want to destroy this? Because I think I have the capabilities to do that.
I'd be very
I think
impressed
it'd be
if you
the
were
best.
capable of destroying the horn. That would be an act of mighty magic indeed.
Well, let me show you some of my power. I walk towards it, just with a bit of purpose.
Yeah. As you step up to the horn, Jin, you see lounging on it, sort of lying down on his side, resting his head in his arm, is Varys. Well, Jin, very well done indeed. I have to say, I didn't think you'd be able to talk your way past the dragon, especially not when you were a little bit of a naughty boy with those sticky fingers.
I'm not going
Goodness
to talk
me.
to him. I'm going to talk to him in
Yep.
my mind. I'm just going to project
Yep.
out the thought, because I think he can probably pick up on it.
Mm.
This one time, I don't know if you have the capabilities, but can you make my sword look a bit more holy or something, so as not to look suspicious?
He sort of
Dark,
looks at his
pulsating
fingernails,
sword could be
Yeah.
giving off the wrong image.
looks at his fingernails and goes, "Are you telling the darkness, Varys Night Shade, to be a bit more sunny? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Of course.
I'm
not.
sorry.
Just
Am I
cast-
not stylish enough for you, Jin? Am I not in season at the moment?"
No, not at all. I just don't want to get old boy over there, and I sort of in my mind, I'm sort of thinking the White Dragon. I don't really want to piss him off. We have him on a good side. I want to keep it that way. Potential ally and all that.
Ah,
in our
Jin,
fight
when are you going
against
to
Tiamat.
learn? It's better to be feared than loved. Trust me, I'll put on a show that will keep him in line forever. Gives you a bit of a sly
Perfect.
wink.
Oh fuck.
I'm going to add to it. I'm going to add some panache. I'm going
Okay.
to cast Major Image while I'm doing this.
Oh my god, okay. Yes.
Wow.
This is my
I'm ready.
last
I'm
third
ready.
level spell slot.
Okay.
Actually,
can't
I'm
end
gonna keep
badly.
that up. I'm going to do 4th level
No.
Major Image.
Holy shit.
Okay.
So basically, all these as I'm walking forward and I do the spell in front of me, I'm gonna have this pulse sort of just come from me, and it resonates through sort of the area, and then they're gonna keep pulsing, and then it's almost like a Super Saiyan-y sort of energy starts coalescing around me, and it starts pulsating.
crackles of lightning.
Yeah, crackles of lightning. But it's not darkness, it's light.
Does your hair go from black to yellow and
You know what? Add some extra panache. Let's make it that
or is it other way around?
Ooh, no, hold on. No. For because I'm a shapeshifter, my hair's going to start going through different colors.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
So you're equivalent.
Alternating to white each time because you're changeling form, so it goes white,
Oh, that's
red,
cool.
white, black.
So-
white,
I imagine
gold.
it's like an LED light. It's just
It's every 6 seconds, so it's 6 seconds white, then 6
They're
seconds
just going to
black,
be
then 6
pulsating,
seconds
and I'm going to
white.
have everything around me in a 20-foot
Okay,
area.
okay.
All the stones are going to start sort of rising. It appears that way.
Imagine illusionary.
This is super anime, epic moment.
Can you make me a performance check, please, with advantage?
Mira's watching and making notes. She's like, "That's really good, actually. I might just keep
Wow.
that in
Oh,
mind."
that's better. Natural 1-9, but 15. Yeah. He watches as Lockie steps back and Jin begins Kamehameha, as you watch as his hair cycles different colors, the ground starts you see shards of ice falling from the
Tremors
ceiling and
and
shattering on the floor, but then
pulsating and-
disappearing.
The stones are rising too, though.
The ice, rising
nothing
up
come
again.
down. The stones are rising
Okay,
around me.
stones
And
rising
it's
up
a major
around you.
image that moves with me in a radius.
Yeah, crackling lightning.
Yes.
It doesn't make sound
actual
too.
visible
it does make sound.
lightning.
Yeah,
It does
visible
make
lightning.
sound, and they feel
Yeah.
it. There's
So
this
this rush of wind.
Yeah, the wind is there's no wind in this cavern, but suddenly wind is just there.
Yeah.
And they feel it as I approach. I'm going to pull out my sword and equip it.
Okay.
To add, so when I form it, I'm going to do major image just to just to initially just disguise it.
Okay.
And then I want to see what Varys has actually got in store for me when I actually bring it out.
As you pull out your sword, like all of you see, Jin's shadow gets pulled up across his body up to his hand, and then forms this shadow sword, this shadow katana. But as it does so, the sword takes on, what do you want it to look like? Like glowing holy energy.
It's like golden holy energy.
Yeah. So as you watch as Jin's shadow gets pulled up, and then as it forms in his hand, rather than forming the familiar black shadow katana that drips black shadow, it forms this brilliant holy blade. And as he does so, you hear these angels pop around like. As he summons the sword.
That doesn't need to happen. Sure. Actually, you know what? An angel choir in the background can start playing like an epic, like orchestra piece.
Aurathator sort of looks around and goes,
And I thought this one was creepy.
Hey,
Varys looks down and goes, oh, really? Do you not think that's a bit overdone? Very well then. Come on. Stab the sword. Come on. Stab the horn.
Yes, and then in a bit of a flourish, I stab the sword into the horn.
As you do so, there's this sudden jarring crack, and you watch as these black veins begin moving across the horn, section at a time, almost forming like cracks of black that slowly leak shadow. Aurathator sort of looks at it.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
What I'm going to do is, with my major image, because it takes up 20 foot, I'm going to start having white light from my sword start bursting from it and sort of like erasing those black veins. To make it look like I'm actually...
You're trying really hard to not be dark when you were very dark.
I really want to keep this guy in check. I think we're like a really good dude.
Yeah.
Shana, you see this next bit as well. So Shana, you see this next bit as well. But for the rest of you don't see this. Jin and Shana, you watch as Varys steps up and Varys places his hand on your hand that's holding the sword, Jin.
Very, very good work.
Remind me to give you a Christmas bonus. And then he traces his hand. Oh yeah, sorry, Lockie.
As he's doing this is starting to look a bit evil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
no, see, Yervith is like very
major
like,
image though. My major
No, his major image. Like every time it looks even slightly suspicious, Jin is immediately rectifying it with major image. So like initially you see these black veins, and
my knowledge of Jin is like, I know he's a pretty like he's got the black tattoo. He's got like. He's made
sounding a bit racist here, guys. Just because he's got black stuff.
I don't really care too much on what you guys think. I just really care what the adult dragon thinks.
Yeah. Can I do an insight check on Jin?
Of course you can.
Yeah, I want to do that too.
I can't insight for shit.
I will say, Owen, I probably think I'm doing the right thing here.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you absolutely do. Yeah, 9.
Okay,
Jin looks
3 for that.
Okay.
Okay, he maybe thinks he's doing the right thing, but I want insight to see if.
Sounds like maybe more of an Arcana check, Lockie, if you're trying to sort of figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I want to see if he's acting on... Shit, how am I going to do this?
It's an Arcana check. Yeah.
You want to try and find out what's going on. That's an Arcana check.
Yeah.
If you're trying to figure out his body language or behavior...
Strange magic.
Oh,
I'll do an Arcana. There you go, 17.
You should take the 9 from before.
Yeah, you should for the Arcana. No, you're right. Plus, so it's the 9 plus 8, correct?
Actually,
so it's exactly the same roll.
Yeah, it'll be 9 plus 8, so it'll be 17 anyway.
It's exactly the same roll. 17, Lockie. Jin is casting lots and lots of magic right now. He hasn't just stabbed a sword. There's magic going on here too, illusionary magic.
But I've stabbed the sword, so
he has stabbed the sword. Varys sort of traces his hand sliding down the shadow blade, and as he touches the horn, you watch as his eyes begin leaking this black shadow, almost like he's crying darkness. Shana, you see this too.
Can I shatter?
What was that, sorry?
Can I cast shatter?
On what? On the horn?
On the horn.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, you can.
Are you going to do it? Wow.
Because I think Jin's trying to destroy it.
I am, but we all wanted to destroy it.
Oh, but you like want to help.
I'll help.
I think Shana will actually counterspell that, and she under the guise.
Whoa!
Oh! Wait a minute.
Lockie,
Lockie, this is a complex and very important process. Let's not throw too many things into the mix here.
Okay, so here's what happens. We're gonna go listen to Lockie. As you reach out to cast Shatter, you summon the magic, and then suddenly it's gone, erased. And you turn around and Shana's there holding out a hand. And then she says that, like, no, it's complex, Lockie, you wouldn't understand. She starts gaslighting you, essentially.
Lockie, this is the exact same thing. Lockie, this is what happened to us originally.
Lockie.
No, seriously.
I think these guys need to do
How do you think I ended up like this? You all cast counterspell midway through a spell and it fucked things to hell and back.
But
Do you really think?
You just cast it on the...
Yes, because someone was casting an interference spell with an active magic that was already taking place.
Wait.
Insight check.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. Yes, insight check from Mira, absolutely. You've got to keep in mind that time is still happening. So while this is going on, so as Lockie goes to cast this shadow, make your insight check, and we'll do that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. Fuck me. 18 Mira. All right, we'll get to that in a second. We've got to catch up with time because time is still moving while this goes on. So when Lockie's shadow fails and Shana starts talking, that's 6 more seconds of this effect. The horn. These black veins move across it, covering every inch of it. And then slowly the colour starts to leak out of it, turning it this dark grey. Except no one can see this because Jin's covering it with his illusion, making it shine with bright light.
Basically, how I'm doing it is like the black veins have appeared. Everyone's like, oh shit, that's evil. And the energy from the sword, like the golden light, is like enveloping it and slowly taking it over.
Would we have seen the darkness even just briefly, actively watching it?
You only would have seen the first dark vein crack through, and then after that it was all shining golden light. Okay.
Image.
This is now where we catch up to Mira's insight check. So Mira, what are you inciting? You inciting Shana's
silent
statements
image
just then?
Yeah, it's just like, what? It's a counterspell. We don't counterspell our friends unless it's Jin.
Hey.
I was.
Does
I
my
would say
21
with
deception hold?
Yeah, 21 deception holds. Mira, you don't get the sense Shana seems to be what she says. You feel is accurate when she says, no, we shouldn't muck around with these stuff. We shouldn't just throw spells willy-nilly. We should be careful. You do get the sense, and when she also brings it back to her experience with spells being counterspelled as well, you get the sense that she's telling the truth. Even though she's, as a player, she's flat out fucking lying. Mira thinks she's telling the truth.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like this. They were acting funny in the ship. There's something happening here.
It's fine. They're doing some magic. Doing some...
Yes, but when I came down to the ship and they were there, they were acting funny.
The horn begins to crumble to dust. You watch as it slowly begins disintegrating, falling apart, section by section.
I look at them and I go, what have you done? Dead serious. Like, straight at them.
Aurathator turns around looking really confused. He goes, I thought the plan was to destroy it. Again, not really understanding what's going on right now.
It's destroyed. You did it. You're right, Shana. She did it.
Is this not what you were setting out to do?
Yes.
As the ash falls to the ground, Jin, Varys steps forward and scoops up a section of it and begins drinking it in.
Whoa.
Major image.
Can they see Varys?
Only Shana and Jin can see Varys. As Jin sort of...
For my major image to finish it off, when it crumbles, I'm gonna have the light energy collect back into me, and just like a big sort of pulse again. It comes back in within me. The sword disappears back onto me. My shadow returns. I'm back to normal. I take a knee, and I'm sort of...
Jin, as you try and dissummon your sword, try and dispel it, it does not leave.
Huh.
Varys sort of continues drinking the ash, and then he turns, and you watch as he just wipes a little section of this sort of crumbled ash from his mouth. Very well done, Jin. Very well done indeed. Well, I've got my draconic energy sorted. Now, next step. We need to get you a dragon mask, and then we can start to look at interrupting the ritual.
Very well done. And Shana, don't think I didn't notice your little efforts. Good to see your loyalties lie intact. I'll be seeing you. And with that, you watch as Varus sprouts these enormous black dragon wings from his back. And as he flaps them, he disappears up into the ceiling, sort of vanishing into the shadows above. Jin, at that moment, your sword then sinks back into your hand and reforms the tattoo.
Cool. And I appear exhausted. I probably am exhausted, actually.
I'd say that's pretty fair.
Yervith, are you alright? It worked.
Yes, it did.
But at what cost? Oh, I do love it when the party is suspicious of one another.
Lockie's going to walk over Jin, and I mean over, because he's still 12 feet.
Just steps
and he's going to stand in place and goes, next time you want to change the plan, could you alert us ahead of time?
Yes.
Easy to get
What's the plan?
uneasy.
So I'm going to lie down.
Shaking
and I'm
just a little bit.
I'm gonna lie down. I'm gonna have my arms out, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, sorry." So you came up to me and said, "Don't change the plan" or something.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm gonna lie down, put my arms out, and just like I'm looking up the cavern ceiling, and I'll look to you and I go, well, if I'm being honest, I did broadcast that you could have tried to stop me or talk me about it. But I thought that was for the good. Everyone seemed on board. I'm sorry that we had maybe a disagreement. But I did broadcast it then and there. By all means, you could have stepped in if need be.
Lockie, as you look down at Jin, you can see his eyes are now black.
Oh.
And his wrist tattoo has now changed. The sword is now edged with large draconic wings.
Oh, the tattoo or the sword?
The tattoo. So the tattoo is on there's massive dragon wings and the sword in the center.
All right. The anger that Lockie was displaying fades, and he says, well, I guess it doesn't matter because you've already paid the price.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I look at him puzzled. I don't know what price you mean, actually.
You'll understand one day, little man.
I look up and I stand up, and I'm going to stand up and look at him. You think you know all, but you don't.
I don't know all. I'll be the first to admit it. But I think sometimes I might know more than you.
Jin, are you getting a bit...
See?
Would you say you're getting a bit emotional? Getting a bit
I
annoyed
love
here,
that.
Jin?
I wouldn't be getting emotional per se. I'd be just getting a little bit annoyed.
You're getting a bit annoyed? Okay.
Because I genuinely think that, I did good then.
Yeah. I'm deciding whether or not an effect would happen because you're slightly annoyed. Could I have you please roll me a wisdom saving throw? I want to see how annoyed you are versus how in control of your emotions you are.
It's only a 7.
7. The black draconic wings form on Jin's back. His shadow pulls in and forms these two black shadowy dragon wings on his back.
Huh.
Exactly the same as the ones Varus had.
I don't like this one bit.
That's interesting.
Can you fly?
I don't know, actually.
Jin, if there's something you're holding back from telling us, I think now would be a good time to fill us in.
I really don't know anything about these dragon wings, if being honest.
Oh, really?
I literally have no idea.
Inside check, yeah.
I mean...
Go. Yeah, no, go on. Jin, don't even bother rolling a deception. You're telling the truth.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
You've got no idea what he's talking about. Let's see it. And then we are getting close to 9:15, so we will. Got someone in chat who's currently running Icewind Dale. Ah, I love Icewind Dale. And Curse of Strahd. That's a classic Curse of Strahd. Love Curse of Strahd. Insight 24. Yervith, Jin looks just as confused as you guys are about this development. He knows nothing about this. And I would add on top of that with the 24, Jin's confused in general. He looks like he genuinely believes he did the right thing. There is no ounce of maliciousness. There's no ounce of manipulation. Jin is honestly confused why people are upset here. He genuinely thinks he did the right thing. I think that's pretty accurate to say, isn't it, Jared?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I acknowledge that, but I'm also kind of like, why would he be like that? Why would he think he's done the right thing?
I think it was before when I actually had beef with Varys. I think it'd be different.
I think you've done the right thing.
Thanks.
In any case, this infighting will not get us far.
Now that a minute has passed, the wings fade back into your body and reform into the tattoo Jin.
You should
well,
remain.
I was on the ground lying down, so
Yeah.
did they sort of unfuel from behind me?
Yeah, they unfurl
Okay,
and
that'd be
pull back
weird.
in again. Yeah. After a minute, they reappear back as a tattoo.
Let's regroup. Let's regroup.
Aurathator-
We did what we set out to do, and we've demonstrated much power, Aurathator. She's still trying to be like,
Aurathator steps up to Jin and goes,
You have an element of draconic power about you. I thought you said you were destroying the horn. You've taken some of it inside yourself.
I look up and I sort of acknowledge him and go, look, in the process of destroying it, it may have unfortunately absorbed some of its power, but it is definitely destroyed.
Answer me honestly. Did you know this would happen?
No, not at all.
Aurathator nods, looking satisfied.
I definitely did not think I was going to get wings.
Oh yeah, no.
Very well. It seems you're a pawn in a much larger game. But then again, we all are now. Fine. Let's leave. This place has been my home for too many years. Would rather turn my back and not be here when the cult return. Where would you have us go next? Do you seek the dragon masks?
We do.
I may be able to help. I might know where you can find one.
I think with that...
Oh,
sorry, you go.
No, I was saying that would be much appreciated.
Okay.
Thank you for your trust.
He sort of looks at you very quizzically and goes,
You have my trust. But more than that, you have my loyalty. Avatar of Tiamat.
Wow.
and I think that's where we'll wrap up for tonight.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Oh, Jin, I will. I was going to say I can message you what your thing does, but I think you figured it out. Once per day for a minute, you can summon your shadow as dragon wings instead of your sword.
Cool.
And so you have a flying speed of 60 feet for a minute.
Nice. Awesome.
Cool.
And Varys has exactly what he wanted.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry
That guy's so
Yeah. Absolutely nothing to worry about here.
Nothing to worry
All
about.
good.
You guys, if you could just meet him, you'd know. He's lovely. Very persuasive.
Very persuasive.
Very
He is.
persuasive.
very persuasive.
Awesome. Man, amazing roleplay from everybody tonight, and really well done talking yourselves out of that combat. Holy shit. That was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done,
Nice.
Claire.
You managed to talk a dragon into our
Into an
city.
ally.
That's pretty crazy.
That was well done. And I mean, the use of spells, that particularly that spell, Draconic Spirit as well,
Yeah.
just really well
Just been
done.
waiting,
Yeah,
been waiting
so cool.
for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Fizbands is such a cool book. Just
Fizbands is really cool, and you're going to be seeing more
Yeah.
and more of it being integrated into Rise of Tiamat, because it's a match made in heaven, and all the weaknesses of Rise of Tiamat, Fizbands actually comes in and kind of fixes up really nicely. So it's just a perfect combination. Alrighty, well, lovely people, we will leave it for tonight there. Thank you so much for joining us. I can see some of you guys have been shouting out in chat. Thank you very much. If you're listening to us on the YouTubes or the podcasts, make sure, if you have enjoyed us, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up, whatever the equivalent is on whatever platform you're listening to. give us that love and support. And we will be back next week for more Tyranny of Dragons. Now, we are also back again tomorrow night for the Avatar Legends RPG, which is basically Dungeons & Dragons, but set in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're definitely going to be here next week as well. But the week of the 7th of March, I might not be free at all that week. So we might take a break that week. Fair. And then be back the week after. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll keep you guys informed of what's happening with that. But that's everything from me. So stay safe, stay well. We'll see you all again next time, everybody. Goodbye.
See everybody.
See everybody. Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you.